did get his dog back in the end, albeit in a slightly more blended form. Coming up next, it is... it's these guys. It's these fucking guys. Can you believe it? You might as well stop listening now. You might as well stop. I apologise because it's these fucking guys.
Resistance is futile. Oh my god. And welcome to the Pot Topic Podcast. I'm your host, Tom. With me, our other hosts. We have Chris.
With the comedy.
Hello, everybody.
Chris Howitzerbug. And we have Taz.
Rainbows are pretty.
This podcast is for release on the 11th of December, recorded on the 2nd.
Oh, you're adding a new shit.
Yes, because a little bit of maintenance up front.
Right.
I've worked out what our the cut-off deadline date for our theme tune contest is.
Yeah.
And that is... Where was it? Where did I write it down? 22nd of Janury.
Okay.
So...
Cool.
If you can write us a theme tune and sing a theme tune, send it in to us, you get a trophy and a load of free shit from us. So awesome. That's the deadline. I'll mention it every show just in case, but... Whiskey. Oh, no, wait. What do we do on the podcast? That's what's...
Well, I suppose that helps, doesn't it?
I've got a list of stuff I've got to get out. So on this podcast, we have 3 pots. We have community topics. We have... need to knock my phone on the floor. We have host topics, and then we have an audio topic pot.
Is there anything left in Pol Pot?
There's 2.
Oh, excellent.
Today. And then we talk about these topics for about 2 hours while drinking whiskey. So what we got? I bought it.
You tell us all about it, mate.
No, shouldn't I? So it was 15 quid.
I mean, it's got to be said, the bottle is...
Yeah, it's 15 quid for the bottle.
This brand of whiskey is not very good. I've had Hague Club before, so this is the Hague Club Clubman, which is the cheaper version.
Now the Hague Club Clubman, I believe, is actually squeezed out of Glaswegians.
You would wish.
Or beaten out with clubs.
The Hague Club is really bad. So this is single grain Scotch whiskey, matured in bourbon casks.
Cool.
Okay.
And it goes like this.
Oh, gnarly.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I'll tip
Get on that as soon as it's near you.
Why don't you tell us about your week, Tom?
My week.
Yeah.
A lot of work, but as it's coming up to Christmas. But I have got in some more gaming time. And rather than finish off these several games I've mentioned in the last month on this podcast, I started playing Hitman.
Okay.
Fuck you, Steam. Fuck you, Steam sales. I spent about 40 quid on 3 games. No, 4 games technically, because one of those is the prologue and the actual Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh, smell that.
Okay.
Has anyone got any pennies they need cleaning or anything? Does it
smell like Sillet Bang in a teapot now?
Yeah, it really does. Bang, and you're fucked.
Don't spell it, it'll melt your knees.
So other than playing Hitman, which is fucking ludicrously funny, it's so funny.
Is it showing its age now? It's starting to get on a bit.
No, this is the new Hitman.
One.
Yeah, it's only been out about a year.
Been released episodically.
Yeah, it's first of all one of the best versions of episodic content I've ever seen.
Wow.
The idea of every weekend, there's a mission that will go away in a couple of days. You have to, it's called an elusive target. You have to make sure you kill this guy in this couple of days, or it's gone forever.
That's a really clever idea.
And there's
Keeps you invested.
And on that version of that sort of gameplay mode, there's no saving.
Oh.
So it's like, you got to get in, get out without being caught. No mistakes. So you got to know the level, which I've failed at every time they come up.
Do you only get one shot at it?
Yep, one shot. It's hard.
I've seen you play that game, mate. It must be difficult. Yeah. Nigh impossible.
I had a great mission the other day where I dressed up as a Middle Eastern oil baron, bid for secrets in a secret underground auction.
Ooh.
Oh, and then you dropped a trip mine by the door.
And then, instead of planting proximity mine slyly by a cupboard, I just got up and dropped it at my feet and it went off. Narrowly missing my target, I might add.
That is true.
Close.
It was close.
It was very close.
I'll give you that.
The best one I had was that same thing when you're in that room bidding, managed to garrote this woman to death very slyly, very quietly. And it came up, unnoticed kill, big ta-da, music. And then ran downstairs to kill her husband, noticed that I was right by the helicopter and he was directly in front of me, surrounded by about 20 guards. Popped him in the head, ran.
Nice.
Jumped in the helicopter. Pa, pa, pa!
Yeah.
So yeah, that game is all kinds of fun. The only other thing I've done is I went to go see with Kel for her birthday, Lazarus, the Davy Bowie musical. It's just hit West End.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's right. I enjoyed it? Question mark. I really enjoyed it? Question mark.
Okay.
I enjoyed myself while I was there. I absolutely enjoyed it. Michael C. Hall, the dude who played Dexter, is the lead role. I didn't realise until getting back and reading a bit, he's playing a character of the same name as Bowie did in The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Right.
So it's kind of a continuation.
Okay. I haven't seen The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Yeah, well, do. It's a fun film.
Okay,
it's,
cool.
Again, as weird as this play is. It's weird. I came out going, oh, fuck, I just got Usual Suspected. I don't know if anything happened, or if it was all in his head, or maybe he's in someone's head, or maybe... And I came out going, just tell me Bowie existed. I don't care if I existed at this point. Just tell me he existed. He existed, Tom. Thank you.
Happy now.
Yeah. No, really fucking good. And Michael C. Hall can fucking sing.
Yeah?
My word. He doesn't put on a Bowie impersonation. It's more... It's just got a flavour of Bowie to it. So there's just slight mannerisms in there that you pick up on, but it's not pantomime mockery caricature of him.
Good.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
Cool. Yeah,
Really
I've
depressing.
got a couple of mates who are working on it.
Yeah, and the whole time behind, this basically takes place in one room in a flat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then obviously there's bits of exposition that happen outside the flat, but they're actually standing in this flat set. The set never changes.
Right.
And the windows, you're looking out into the windows in this room, basically. And behind the windows is the full band that are playing the music. So they're there the entire show playing.
Wow.
I do like it when shows do that.
That's good.
You're watching the entire band. Yeah, it's really, really good. Yeah, that's my week.
Good stuff.
Cool. I suppose, not really a lot happened this week. It feels like a rather anticlimactic couple of weeks after the sperm story last time. But, not every week can be a cum week, I suppose.
I beg to differ.
What I did find out is that my Facebook profile is now public.
Shit.
Oh.
The way I found this out was I saw... I can't remember. It was some night earlier on this week. I saw a couple of posts that came up, and it was mates who had commented on your classic sort of white nationalist meme type stuff, like the picture of something, and then usually with a fucking ridiculous question attached. The first one was it was a group of 7 women wearing niqabs, I believe. Mm-hmm. And the question is, if one of these women stabbed you, how would you be able to, and you survived, how would you or witnesses be able to identify them to the police? To which I pointed out that, well, to be quite frank, I'd have that exact same problem if it was a group of 7 neo-Nazis. You can't fucking tell them apart. Yeah. And that strikes me as approximately 11 flumgillion times more likely to happen.
Oh yeah, this was the flumgillion.
The flumgillion. Which, that spurred a fucking fantastic conversation in and of itself.
Yes, it did.
That was pretty good. But the other one, the one that actually went nuts, I think there was 80 comments on it in the end. It was a picture of a dude. I think it's quite possibly photoshopped, but I don't know that it doesn't really matter. It's a chap, a Muslim chap, and he's got his prayer rug out, and he's sort of going through the motions of prayer. Mm-hmm. But he's on a bus or on a train or something, and he's right in front of the door. And the question is should this be allowed on public transport? To which I shared, and my answer was, trick question, it's never allowed to block fire escapes anywhere.
Yeah.
And I did it just to highlight how ridiculous these questions are.
Yeah.
It's inflammatory for no fucking reason. Yeah. And for the most part, I quite often feel like an actual, a greater point is being missed. And this is why I brought up the fire escape thing. So, the person and what he was doing didn't really matter. It could be a Christian praying, it could be a hippie doing yoga, could be a mother changing their child. it doesn't matter. Just don't do it in a fucking doorway.
Doorway, yeah.
I felt that was the greater issue here. And like,
Next time that happens at a party, can we just bring up that? You're in the doorway and you've passed out in a chair. Fuck you.
but for the sake of, I thought
What are you, some kind of Muslim?
but for the sake of, I thought it was funnier just to kind of go with, sort of don't block fire escapes, and that ended up being the hill I chose to die on. But I was kind of disheartened. I woke up the next morning and there are posts that had just come from here and there, and then a whole bunch of people. Oh, I didn't know. Straight up didn't know. Some of them were friends of friends. It's like, okay, fair enough. I can see how that. And then some people, absolutely no fucking relation
randoms,
whatsoever.
yeah.
I just no idea. And I was a little disappointed because, I mean, some people kind of tried to jump on the bandwagon and kind of ridicule the question. 1 second.
Oh yeah, sorry listeners, Taz has spread lurgy in this house. I'm coldy and he's just dying.
Sorry. Yeah, some people tried to jump.
Welcome to the party, Chris, by the way. Should have got shots
I
before you
didn't know
came
what I
in,
was
mate.
walking into.
Yeah, some people tried to ridicule it. There was a lot of Aladdin comments, which I thought was just like, well, okay, I mean, yeah, nice try, but it's just, you're just actually kind of taking the piss out of, you know, the dude, rather than the great, but fine, whatever. And there was one person who I did quite like. He's like, no, like, you shouldn't be able to wear that colour of purple or, you know, that shade of blue in public. That's an outrage, which was my favourite response. And then there was just a whole lot of people just completely fucking missing the point.
On the internet?
Yeah.
Are
man.
they informed by all this free educational media?
There was, I don't know, people talking about, well, I mean, like, surely he wouldn't pray there because then the bus moves and then he wouldn't be facing Mecca the second the bus turns.
They're trying to work out the logistics.
And then a lot of people talking about whether or not it was photoshopped.
Oh my god, you could just put him on a lazy Susan and he'd be fine.
That was one of the suggestions that came up, funnily enough.
Okay.
And
Is that offensive? I don't know.
I mean, I think at one point I let the facade down about kind of this is all about fire safety. I let it down for 1 second to go, I don't know, I might choose a system of superconductors and gyroscopes personally, but I suppose a lazy Susan could do it. But yeah, I don't. That was quite weird. It was interesting because pretty much everyone was like their heart was in the right place. They just approached it weird.
Right.
But that was quite nice. That was quite interesting, I suppose, but also disheartening because it's a whole. There was Paula, and host Andy's missus. She put up a thing saying, "Oh, this has been like the most entertaining lunchtime reads," and I said, "Yeah, tell me about it. It's like watching a bunch of blackout drunk people trying to play rounders."
We do that practically every summer.
Yeah, true. But I mean, there was that. I was ill. That sucks. But no real fun stories there.
If you don't like being ill, don't be ill. That's just a stupid idea. What are you doing that for?
Well, I mean, I did.
Self-absorbed. Narcissistic wanker.
Do you know what it was? I wasn't being ill. I was just being lazy. All right. God, get off my back.
That's right. Then.
I'm allowed a bit of freedom. But I mean, other than that, I think the only other thing that happened is immediately, like the next day after the last recording, I went over to Chris's and we started recording, continuing to record the Blood Bowl thing.
Blood Bowl, yeah. Except we did it on purpose. Yeah, it was
it was on
It was
purpose
supposed
this
to be
time.
Blood Bowl this time.
So look out for those because we've taken a slightly different approach to it.
Yeah,
considerably less drunk. So
yeah,
there is that. A lot less of going, oh, I didn't mean to do that. But we've kind of teamed up, and we've got some characters for you to meet.
We do. They are quite interesting characters. They're quite unique, some of them, except one. He's not unique at all. He's just like the other one.
Oh, but the name, the world shall know the name of Dudson Quentmeyer.
Yes,
wonderful. I bought that in the Steam sales, I told you guys earlier, but I've really enjoyed their random name generator.
Some of them are quite good.
Some of them are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
I was quite happy with the names we came up with.
Yeah, we did. And considering we came up with them completely on the spot, out of nowhere, some of them are actually very good.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Anyway, Chris, what have you been up to, mate?
Me, I went to a party with lots of my friends, had
Cool.
a good dance, had a good drink, had a very merry time.
Wonderful.
Great to see everybody, met some new people, which was nice. And most recently, we went to Bally Ballerson.
I saw the pictures. Yeah, you went with
Yeah.
Bex and
Becky
Bex.
and Dom.
Dom will be on this podcast soon. He's said he wants to come on the podcast.
Dom.
And Alex as well, and
Akka.
Sean.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Wicked.
that was amazing.
Would you
Yeah.
would you go so far as to say it was amazeballs?
It was
Fuck
amazing.
you. Fuck you.
Oh, slam dunk from the halfway line.
No ball games.
It was fantastic. I didn't realise it was a bar. I thought it was just like a soft play thing.
So it was basically like an adult ball pit playground.
Well, no, you walk up to it and it looks like just your regular bar.
Yeah.
It looks like a nightclub / bar thing.
Right.
And you walk in there and you're like, it's a little bit small, a little bit narrow, and you're like, okay, sort of wander through. And then like, oh yeah, cloakroom's downstairs. So you sort of you head down this little narrow staircase and you walk into this room. And the whole room, pretty much, is a big, gigantic ball pit. With a
Awesome.
DJ
Fair
at
enough.
the back.
Nice.
Like, pumping tunes.
Nice.
It's so good.
That sounds awesome, actually.
We got there, went straight downstairs, put our coats in the cloakroom, jumped in the ball pit, and didn't get out for 2.5 hours.
Fantastic.
It was amazing.
That sounds like a wicked night, actually.
Yeah.
Where was that?
It's in Dalston. No, it's not in Dalston. It's in Islington.
Ah, now I believe
No, Dalston.
I believe Bex took some did some
It's in
stuff.
Dalston.
I think maybe something appeared on her channel about that. Did she not mention it?
Yes,
on there?
Bex did a vlog thing on her channel.
Check it out. Trista
it.
Bites YouTube.
Trista Bites YouTube, yes. And
Safe plug. Like it. Smooth. Professional.
And
Safe
she
plug,
mentioned that I think she's had interest from what was it? Was it Lad Bible, something like that?
Holy shit.
Oh, really?
Want to share some of it? Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
that happened really quickly because that was what? Yesterday? Or the day before?
Day before. Yeah. So yes, it was. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's in Dalston. It was good. Well worth it.
Awesome.
If you like being a big kid, go. It's amazing. It's like
I do like being a
£11.
big kid.
Yeah, and it's not a permanent thing. I think it's just for December, as far as I know.
Trendy hipster pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
fair
proper.
enough.
It's proper trendy hipster. Yeah.
Cool.
Speaking of which, how do you find this whiskey?
It's all right, actually.
It's
right, yeah.
I quite like
strangely
it.
safe, isn't it?
Yeah. It's eminently drinkable. The aftertaste is a little bit kind of maybe there's
It's a little bit sweet bourbon.
I was going to say it's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
It
sweet.
definitely tastes like American bourbon.
Yeah. I'm probably going to drink a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's easy to drink.
Shit. All right, once we finish recording, it's 15 quid down at Tesco's. Let's get on it.
Boom.
Right.
Talking about getting on it.
Actually, yeah, one last thing. I forgot to mention this last issue. Thank you, Doc Mantis Toboggan, for writing into Super the Hardest podcast and mentioning us again.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Fucking A. I'm genuinely impressed he's still
And
listening to us.
Basically said, like, oh, by the way, he wrote in a question about, by the way, have you listened to the Pot Topic? They're rather good. And then they went, no, not going to. That's why we love those guys. They're dickheads. So thank you very much, and go listen to Super the Hardest. They're fucking
to be
amazing.
fair, I
They're
haven't
the
listened to-
inspiration for this show. So
I haven't listened to Super the Hardest in ages.
really,
I'm going to go
Nah,
listen to
you're
them.
a dickhead.
I'm not familiar with them.
Oh, that reminds me.
Yeah.
While I haven't been listening to them, I have finally followed up on you, Tom, and
you
started
too?
listening to
Yeah, I
My
plugged
Dad
that
Wrote a
last show.
Porno.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is some funny shit.
Yeah, it's really good.
That is just some straight up funny shit, yo. Fuck me, that is it's like soup's funny.
Yeah,
Mega soup's funny.
Thank you, host Chris Sarkis, for letting us know about that one.
Oh, it was Chris's.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
cool.
suggested it to
Yeah, no, that's really good. That is a dude just reading out his dad wrote some erotica and it's terrible.
He has no knowledge of what is sexy, the woman biological anatomy. He must think the cervix is on the outside by the sound of this book.
and her breast plunged out like pomegranates.
Like pomegranates.
Boom! Amazing. Yeah, absolutely.
And then out of nowhere will become a bit of admin.
What?
While the main character, Belinda, is having sex with someone, she'll go, Oh, and that's when I realised that I'd have to head to Amsterdam next week to make sure that I got the sale. And it's just like, what the fuck? It's the least sexy thing ever.
My favourite thing is
Little glimpse into his life, maybe.
Like the hosts are really good at picking up on like little bits of bullshit where like the Rocky Flintstone is
the pen name of the author. Yeah,
he obviously just hasn't thought things through properly. He was just too busy just writing and getting it down.
No, he was drinking a lot of wine while writing it as a hobby. He's drunk the entire time he's writing it.
Good.
But they're very good at picking up like weirdness and nonsense. But then like they also don't pick up on stuff, and they're bits that make me laugh. Where they're having a tombola in a garden, and there's a point where they say, "Oh, check under your chairs because there's a number under there, and that's your number in the tombola." And they just all, "Oh, there's the sound of scraping chairs." It's like in a fucking garden. And I love it. Listen to that podcast; you will not be disappointed.
So funny. Right. Anyway, shall we crack on?
Yeah, let's do it.
21 minutes of intro when there's only 3 of us. That's fucking appalling, guys. Come on.
No, that's good, man. That's right on. That's bang on target.
We haven't even got a
considering we said
story.
we didn't have a very busy week as well.
No, you haven't wanked into a cup for like a fortnight now. Come on.
Back on the tissues, mate. What can I say? Chris, do you want to grab one from the hot pot?
Yeah, one from the hosts.
All right, let's see what we've got.
Oh, give them a shake because all mine are at the top.
I'll give it another shovel.
I've put in a lot today. Actually,
Right.
they're probably all mine.
We shall see. This is, yes, it is, from Tom.
Shit.
The most MacGyver thing you've ever done.
I don't even remember writing that. Wicked.
Ooh, interesting.
The most MacGyver thing I've okay. I mean, obviously, a couple of weeks ago now, I told the story about excavating the toilet using a teaspoon and a paper hazmat suit we happen to have lying around. That was that was reasonably kind of MacGyver. They're just like, I don't have anything. I need to do this. Let's just
You had a
try my
hazmat
fucking
suit.
best.
Come on, that's a good start.
That was fucking lucky
Rubber
as
gloves
shit,
and a
man.
hazmat suit.
But I think the only other thing I can think of was when Tom, it was at the 192-hour party at your parents',
Yeah.
and I turned up with the tent as your parents were leaving.
Yeah.
That's where I discovered that I was missing pegs. And also one of the carbon rods, the main of the
that's
tent,
right, yeah.
was busted as shit. So my way around it was I used, I believe, a fork.
A fork, a
And then
horseshoe.
I used a fork. To fix the pole, to fix the broken pole.
Oh yeah,
I used a fork and a shit ton of gaffer tape.
Wow.
And it worked, man.
Yeah.
It was a horseshoe.
A couple of
for
people
one
had
of the
sex in
pegs.
that tent that week.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Not you.
I wasn't fucking one of them, was I? Mr. cannot close a deal to save his life. And what was it? Yeah, it was a horseshoe. There was like one of those proper big cast iron pairs of scissors.
Yeah.
They got used to stake that fucker down.
Proper shear things.
Wow.
Yeah, and I can't remember, but I think that was
Anything
definitely
metal.
one of them.
Yeah.
I haven't really done anything that crazy that I can think of. The first thing that sprung to my mind was from years when I was little. I used to play out around my area, and we used to like play with tennis balls and stuff. And one of them went in the garden, and so we had to get it out the garden. We didn't want. I don't know why. We could easily have just climbed the fence and got in this garden. It was only like a 6-foot fence.
Yeah.
Wooden fence, and we could have just climbed it and got it. But instead, we thought the best way to do it would be to climb to the top and try and reach it with something, rather than just going in. So we found a stick, like a long stick, and a plastic cup, and so like sort of shoved the plastic cup on the end of this stick, and thought, okay, we could try and scoop it up off the floor with this stick and plastic cup. No. So we managed to sort of knock the ball further away, and then the plastic cup fell off. And that's the extent of my MacGyver skills.
I've definitely on one occasion. So when in theatre, quite often, this is like early on when I was working at the Churchill, which is a touring house, and touring houses or regional houses, they tend to have a new show every week, every 2 weeks, sort of thing.
Okay.
So like the show will come in, and then you've kind of got to provide little bits and pieces that shows always need. One of the things they always need is a quick change area, which tends to be made out of just some basic like black flats. And I remember one time it was everything had gone absolutely swimmingly, and I was given I fulfilling my role as the quick change kid, because I always find it useful to kind of get in on the good side of wardrobe. I kind of decided, do you know what? I'm pretty sure I can do this without using screws.
Oh.
So I erected
Tom's face.
You can't see that, listen. That was a look of abject fear right there.
I cannot even remember how I did it, but this was like soon after I'd learned the basic knots that you kind of need in theatre just to get by. And I realised, oh shit, I love knots, I love ropes. And then like that theatre was so easy to climb all over and whatnot. There's so much to tie it off to. I just went, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got time. I'm pretty sure I could do this with just rope. Let's just do this.
Wow.
Let's just fucking do this. And I did. I more or less erected the entire quick change area using just ropes, just tensioning certain ropes off so they won't swing or flap or whatnot. I fucking pulled that shit off. It was a nightmare above. It was like
I was going to say, it's not going to leave much climbing room.
Nightmare. Yeah. But it worked. That shit was hot.
Fair enough. Out of interest, why do you need to get on the good side of wardrobe?
I
See more tits.
No, it's not that. I'd like hang around wardrobe as a rule. They tend to be a good bunch.
Yeah, cool. All right, fair enough.
And also, if something does, and I've had to, on more than one occasion, there's been some big spill or something that I've been in the middle of, and it's like, well, okay. I just go down to wardrobe and say, can you do this for me, please? It's like, of course.
Yeah. Okay,
always be on the good side of wardrobe.
Nice.
What one thing I've learned in this life.
In fact, I'm probably going to marry one of them. Tom, I assume that you've got something in mind.
Oh, fuck off. Come on, I wrote this. I can't even remember writing the topic. I mean, there's one thing I've learned from my father. It's how to bodge everything.
Yeah,
I'm very good at bodging a solution.
Yeah.
Like DIY, I'm not going to say I'm good at DIY, but I can do a lot of things.
Right.
So I can piece together whatever I know and come up with something. So currently we're sitting underneath a trellis.
That's a piece of genius, I have to say.
Which has become a makeshift recording studio.
/ cable trap.
Just ergonomically appeasing thing. Yeah. Apart from that, I can't really think of much.
To be honest, mate, this studio kind of is.
To be fair, like, it's not exactly MacGyver. I haven't put this together with a paper clip and a
true. It's not like the
it is a trellis. I mean, it's not. The rest of it is professional grade recording equipment. So, I mean, technologically, every website I've ever built, I've put together for free and done nothing with.
Fair enough.
Check out pottopicpodcast.com.
Yes, yeah.
There's a lot of broken plugins that are there. You don't really see it front end, however, back end, every time you submit a new post or delete a feedback post or delete a topic off the post, I have to reload the page because it's gone to white screen where there's been a memory crash somewhere.
Oh, no.
So, front end works, back end, fuck off. It's all bodged together. That's literally held together with paper clips.
Nice.
So, wonderful.
Good stuff.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I suppose calling this a MacGyver setup is a little harsh. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we've contrived some way to do the recording through a modified, like a talk boy modified with a couple of paper clips and a boiled egg or something.
Yeah, there's no like tin cans and string involved in this. This is actually like a very expensive mixer. All right, the microphones are only 10 quid each, but fuck it.
It does the job.
Right. Let's have one from the community. Community chest, Sophie's choice.
Community chest. Oh yeah, Sophie's choice. That's
Sophie's
right.
choice.
Okie dokie. Let's have a look. This is
Look how full that fucker is.
Yeah,
look how fucking full that is. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, Doc Mantis Toboggan, Captain Sickbeard, Rikard, for submitting topics this last fortnight or so. Actually, probably the last month because I forgot to print them last time.
And thank you to everyone else who has done so. Also, we love you all, and
of course.
Yes. I mean, it's almost a shame, but we've already got enough material to keep this shit going for fucking ages.
I think we need to start doing community episodes every couple. We've got such a fucking full box.
Okay, this one from Captain Sickbeard.
You're right, Dom.
Hey.
What was your favourite blue movie you watched this week?
Blue movie. Oh, actually, no, I have got a story about this. So I'm currently setting up a Plex server on my computer, which means that I can stream all my movies. That's why I'm ripping DVDs and stuff to my computer. I can stream all content from my computer to any device in the world. What I forgot to do before setting up the library was move my porn folder.
Oh dear.
Most recent.
You've got a porn folder?
No, it's like favourite stupid shit.
Oh, okay.
Because obviously, if I want to wank, I'm not going to go find a folder. I'm going to go fucking one of the tube sites or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to go fucking
But then, do you really need like a bunch of porn favourites that's dumb shit? Because I mean, isn't that what eFuck's there for?
Yeah, but I like it. Like,
You're gonna have to take me through this folder at some point. I want to see some of the dumb shit you get told of. Yeah?
One of them is LA Pink, which is LA Ink parody. I like my girls tattooed and pierced. What can I say?
No, fair enough.
And yeah, I've set up this Plex server, and it was just like recently added movies, fingering, blowjob. Let's move that folder. I don't know why, because I'm the only person using it, to be fair. But yeah, no, that's a pretty good blue movie I've watched recently. Because I saw it come
LA
up
Pink.
I came up on recent. I was like, oh yeah, I can stream it from my computer now. Let's get on the phone.
Talk me through it. Walk me through it.
Mm-hmm. Where do I wank? In your bed, mate.
No, that you need so you're on your phone and going, yeah, all right, fuck it, I'll stream that. Were you like at work or was it in the car?
At home.
Oh,
I'm not going to wank in the front room.
I see. You were just upstairs.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm
fair
one
enough.
room away.
Okay.
I'm one floor away.
No, I mean, you shouldn't wank in communal areas anyway. That's just.
You shouldn't. Says with buddy quotes.
It is. I mean, let's call it one of those soft grey areas.
It's a faux pas.
It's soft now.
I suppose, really, when you come right down to it, it's perhaps at most frowned upon.
It does have the added benefit of someone walking in and joining you. Anyone else?
I am.
What was the topic? I didn't even write down. Forgotten now.
Favourite blue movie?
That we've seen this week.
Week.
Specifically. And I'm thinking back because I think it's actually been a bit of a shit show this week. I've just kind of.
You've been watching shit shows.
Go for it, Tom.
Sorry, I just remembered. I was watching some guy on guy films earlier this week. And. Sorry, the thumbnail for this video was just a dude kneeling down in front of another dude with a massive cock. And behind them was an England flag with Millwall written on it.
Oh,
no. I'm fucking clicking on that shit. I'm fucking clicking on that shit. These two skinhead white dudes in front of a pool table. Rack them up. The blowjobs happened. A dude actually gets a can of Foster's, pours it over the other guy's dick, and then sucks it. Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, shit! That's incredible!
I wish I'd saved it to that folder I mentioned earlier now.
Yes, you absolutely should.
I'll try and find it.
I need to see that. I absolutely need to see that.
So funny. I forgot about that. Anyone else?
Sorry, that was my quick DMX impression there.
That was the longest DMX impression.
Oh no! I mean, this week I'm trying to. My porn watching's been fucking boring. It's been one of those weeks where, like, when it comes around to having a wank, it's like, do you know what? Like, I don't have a huge amount of time. I just need to get this out of me. So I will go to
Demons Out.
I'll go to X videos and I'll have a quick look and say, right, that seems like the least objectionable. I'll watch that, and it's like, fine, flesh, blat, done, away we go. So I can't. Yeah. But I mean, there is perhaps one video that I do tend, and I'm surprised I haven't watched it this week because I just tend to watch it for entertainment purposes because it is one of my favourite bits of porn of all time. And I think you can find it on most tube sites if you do a search for something along the lines of surprise anal at a bar or something.
Surprise anal.
So it starts off with you got two girls just sitting like on bar stools at a bar,
and then all of a sudden one of them slips down it.
No, but I like that too.
Pull up a pew, I have.
Can you now pull it out? They're just there having a chat, and I suppose that first bit is maybe like 20, 30 seconds away. It was just two women chatting at a bar. And then just from fucking nowhere, this dude just appears behind one of them, hikes her skirt up, whips his dick out, and just goes, huh, bam, slams it into her ass. And it, like, no one is, like, the woman she's with is kind of going, oh, really? She's kind of stroking herself, kind of watching it all happen. And the dude literally just kind of jams it in there, smack, 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 pull out, blat, boom, done, fucks off. And the woman who should have been alien just kind of falls into her mate's lap, going, oh. And, like, I tend to find that entire scene is a parody of all porn. Because it's so fucking ludicrous, and so boiled down. I don't even know if it exists as part of like a bigger movie, or if it was just a scene someone shot to be released online. But it is 3.5 minutes of absolute insanity. It just like makes no sense, and that's why I love it. Okay. So check out Surprise Anal at the bar.
Save it for your plug of the week, man.
Oh, what are you up to?
Oh, okay.
Cool, right, well, Tom, do you want to grab something from the hot pot?
No, I fucking don't. Let's do an audio.
Yes.
I'm from Pol Pot. Right, so we roll a die or flip a coin. I've got two. I've got one from Kai and one from Captain Sickbeard. Remember, email in your audio topics, emails at pottopicpodcast.com, and we'll stick them in the Pol Pot.
Captain Sickbeard.
Captain Sickbeard, all right.
I like the way you kind of pronounce that like your Homestar Runner. Like Captain Sickbeard.
I love Homestar Runner.
All right.
What's he got for us?
Hopefully this will work, because my phone has been fucked all week. It might help if I take it off of mute, mightn't it? I'll get this smooth one day. Right, here we go.
I'm good, Tom. How are you?
Oh, yeah.
Given that shows like Firefly were cancelled early but then received cult following through its DVD sales and video streaming services, has the Nielsen family model of deciding what's popular using a select group of people seen its day? Or should it be moved on to a more social media-based research tool to find out what's popular? Alright, guys. See you later.
Was that
Thank you very much.
Was it the Hymn of New York or something going on in the background by the Pogues?
Probably is December already.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So, recap the question.
So basically, focus groups are they bullshit?
The rating system, what is it? The Newton, whatever, the TV rating system.
Did he say Nelson family?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called actually.
Something like Nielsen family model.
I can't look it up on my phone, so
okay. I
didn't know what that was.
Basically, what it is they take a sample of the populace, whatever they're watching, they multiply it by the ratio of what the populace is to work out what ratings are for TV shows.
Right.
I
see. And is that outdated because
of course it is, because
streaming
TV's outdated.
Yeah,
is my
completely.
argument. I personally don't ever want to watch TV again because it's not on demand. I want to watch what I want to watch when I want to watch it.
Yeah, I very rarely just watch TV anymore.
I don't watch TV. I set my TiVo thing to record stuff occasionally and then watch it
feel
back.
Like horribly outdated having to record something at this day and age?
Well, because I set it for like Series Link and forget about it, and then I'll come back in a couple of weeks and I'm like, oh look, all this to watch.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's the only way I've managed to catch up with Mr. Pickles, because I hadn't seen
I need to watch that.
Mr. Pickles is pretty good.
Yeah, no, I've seen quite a few of them, but I want to watch it start to finish.
If you haven't seen it at home, Mr. Pickles is about a satanic
Swim?
dog. It can't. I mean, it's Mr. Pickles, the satanic dog, in which people get brutalized and murdered and just turned to bits and raped.
Fantastic.
There is no way it can't be Adult Swim.
Yeah.
But it is one of those. I love it because even though they're only like 10-minute episodes.
Yeah.
But sometimes I find myself watching an episode like 3 times because you're constant. It's so quick and there's so much going on. You're constantly spotting new stuff that just makes you laugh even harder.
Yeah. Actually, a show that did that to me as well is Super Jail on Adult Swim. Give that a look, because if you like Mr. Pickles, you'll love Super Jail.
Super Jail. Okay, yeah, we'll do. But yeah, I think you're right. The system is completely...
Yeah, like that...
Fuck the system! Anarchy in the UK!
But then again, I don't believe that a social media linked statistics or analytics should also give you ratings and things like that, because surely that can be played quite easily. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the hype behind a show does not reflect how good a show is or how many people are watching it.
And when do you count
Lost.
Like a click on it, see if 30 seconds, don't like it, click off it again. Does that count as a viewing?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any easy answer to it, to be honest. There's no real ratings.
No. You sort of have to take each medium on itself. So that would probably still work for telly ratings, if anyone still watches telly, but you couldn't consider, like, you'd have to separate, if you want to measure audience views on different types of media, you'd have to measure those separately. You couldn't lump them all together.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with like the online format, like with view on demand, those figures are kind of baked into it. Like it's going to be fucking obvious. They must have a database of, well, that one got played for this long, so that, and then by this many people. Like every time you demand something, that's kind of another number in the box.
Yeah,
you know, that kind of strikes me as a lot more sensible.
Isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it Netflix? They don't release any of their figures.
Don't release them. No, but I assume they have them.
They probably have them, but
of course they do.
They're no use to anyone if they're not releasing them. So I mean, a huge percentage of what's watched must be Netflix or stuff like it.
Well, this is the thing. I feel like I'm always out of touch with this kind of stuff because I go to my parents' house and they're very switched on. They understand YouTube, they understand Netflix, they understand Amazon Prime and all that kind of stuff. But the majority of their viewing is TV. Like they're still very old school. They'll still watch Downton Abbey at 9 o'clock on 9TV. I have no clue if these details are correct.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the TV for fucking years. But
well, that's probably like a generational thing, isn't it? That's what what they've used to.
But then people of our generation still do that as well, I believe. I know not in our group.
I have no fucking idea. I assume so, because things like X Factor are still popular.
Yeah, but that's different. Yeah. Live shows is different, because that you sort of have to. Sure, live streaming is slowly picking up, but it's still very niche. For live, really, you need TV.
See, the only thing I consider that you need to view live is maybe, I say need, because I've not done it, to be fair, but sporting events and stuff like that. Like I watch UFC pay-per-views and stuff like that, and rugby games and hockey, but I want to watch that.
You watch rugby?
Yeah.
Pervert.
If they had a can of Fosters in front of a pool table, I'd be fucking set. I can imagine wanting to watch, but then I pay for that. Like, it's a pay-per-view. And no, I suppose rugby's not.
Wait, okay. Now there's got to be some synthesis somewhere on the internet somewhere that kind of synthesizes the whole surprise anal at the bar and a rugby match, where they just kind of do. Setting up the scrum.
Taz, you don't need the internet to do that. Just go drinking with some rugby players.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
That shit happens.
There was that picture I saw
I
recently.
Got a mental picture of a scrum and they can't separate.
Little known fact: rugby players all have barbed penises.
That's why they get cauliflowered ears. Just
do you know what? I find I've got absolutely nothing to say on this matter because, like, fuck it, I don't care.
I'm just so out. I'm in the future. I'm so fashion forward. I haven't looked at a TV show in fucking years. Like broadcast TV.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched live broadcast TV. I've watched recorded stuff, as I've mentioned, but I don't think I've watched live.
I think I must see it like at Christmas for a couple of hours every year.
Yeah.
Going to my aunt's house. That's probably it.
I mean, while we did have a TV, I would tend to find on mostly there'd be series on, say, Sci-Fi. Or maybe Channel 4 occasionally. It's like I knew it was happening, so I'd catch it then if I had the opportunity, because it was a lot less hassle, a lot better quality than not stealing it online. So I mean, it was a lot easier.
Yeah,
because not stealing can take some effort.
Nah, fuck TV. Sell me a series, I'll pay for it. Just fuck off.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, I think we're all in agreement then.
Yeah, absolutely. Shall we?
So basically, fuck analytics. Look at your sales.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Basically.
Okay,
yeah.
fine. Right.
Take more chances, please.
So
that's how good stuff happens.
It's one from Hostpot.
Rummage, 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 rummage. Rummage and
One
rummage.
from the Hot Pot.
Rumminess.
Dead air.
Resuscitate that air and resuscitate it now. So, what's new with you?
Who's that from?
No one.
Oh, that'll be me.
Yeah, that's Taz.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So, guys. So, what's new with you?
Well, I've grown this new arm. Have you caught it yet? It's beautiful. It's much like the old one, I must admit.
But new.
But it's come with annotations. Look at the back of my hand. Look, there's a new track, mode selector, evil twin. It's fucking
nice.
sick, mate. Yeah. And also Christmas tree and brie.
I've got to get one of these. A recommendy arm that tells you good shit to look at. That sounds well good.
It's this new app I've installed on my arm. It's fucking fantastic, yeah.
Nice.
Still got the old mole, though, which is a shame.
But there's bugs and everything.
Yeah, that's what's new with me.
I mean, see, I've got to pay. I've got an old analog version of the annotated recommendation arm.
Have you got to tune it in?
Yeah, I do, and I've also got to pay like untold attention to it because like the second I take my eyes off it, it will just no, there it goes again. It finds a glass of whiskey, and that's me fucked.
He's 40. You need to send that one back, mate.
I keep losing mine. Down the back of the sofa, leave it at home when I go to work. And I'm on the train. I'm like, oh fuck! I forgot my arm.
One drunk night out, and then there you go. That's it on a tube going to fucking Morden.
Yep. There you go.
Just being pulled by this arm, just dragging you through London.
At Morden, at the end of the Northern Line, there's just arms aplenty. Go there for free. You can pick one up. Go to Lost and Found. Said I lost a brown one. Here you go. Got one.
I mean, here's the thing I found with the annotated recommendation arms is whatever you do not draw a face on that motherfucker, and if you do not name it, because the second it has a personality, it's got power. And then my arm can pick up, people a lot better than I can. I'll be there still going, I don't really know what to talk about. And they go, oh, darling, sweetie, how are you? Lovely to see you. Blah, 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 blah.
Is that right? Is that right?
So, what's new with me? New with me, fresh parsley, I suppose.
You have been on a fresh parsley clip.
I fucking love me some fresh parsley.
Fresh parsley's great.
Yes, it fucking is. It is awesome. And do you know who we got to thank for that? We got to thank someone who's not fucking here. We were supposed to have a fourth host tonight, Alex.
Fuck you, Ru.
But in classic Alex fashion, he kind of fabbed out on us.
I gave him a call earlier. Good Narbon, you coming to the recording tonight? Well, I had every intention to, but now I'm going to do this and go to bed. What are you doing? Stuff. Right, mate.
Very, very.
You're wankered. Yeah. Bless him.
But yeah, he could have come here and got wankered with us.
Oh no, he'd be a fucking liberty at this point.
Liability.
Liberty. No, fuck it.
But yeah, I fucking love me some fresh parsley. Like bang that shit in wraps or just like almost fucking whatever.
Oh, it's all about the fresh herbs. Oh, fresh herbs.
I love it, and it came as a complete revelation to me because when I first discovered it, it was probably a couple of years ago now. We'd been over at How Beth and Alex's, and in the morning, Alex kind of got up. I was just doing the oh god, I'm awake, and that's a shame portion of the morning. Mm-hmm. When Alex sort of came in with a bag full of shopping and said, I'm gonna make some food. Do you want some food? Like, thank you. Turn it into milk and feed it to me in tit. And he ended up making like a breakfast wrap, which was I don't know, like scrambled eggs and fried onion and garlic. Fried mushroom and garlic. And then he sort of put that in. And then just at the end, he just chopped up some fresh parsley and dashed that on top of it. And he gave it to me, and then I started eating it. It's like, ooh, that makes a world of difference. And I'd always discounted parsley Because I only ever had it in dried herb form.
Or as a garnish.
And as a garnish, I just got to put that to the side. I don't really understand why that's there. But in dried form, all it is it makes your shit look like it's got herbs in it without really changing the flavour. Yeah,
also happens as a garnish for turds. Makes the shit look like it's got
but yeah, I'd always discount it, and then having it fresh, it's like, no, actually, this is something I can absolutely get behind. So it's been in everything. Well, not my cereal, because that would be weird.
You do it and you use it in like a homemade liquor, like for pies and liquor, like a parsley sauce.
Holy shit, parsley vodka.
Oh, damn, son.
Experiment time?
I think experiment time.
That with a bit of smoked salmon?
Not, as a dish to the side, rather than...
Yeah, like to have...
No, not putting the smoked salmon in the
No.
Okay, cool. That would be weird, yes.
Probably white fish would work better.
Do you reckon? Okay, fine. Yeah.
Or you could leave out the
smoked haddock. Yeah. I'm thinking entrees for a Christmas party. Speaking of which, next fucking issue 49, released Christmas Day.
Yes!
Is it?
Yes!
Fuck. We gotta do something special then.
Yeah, no, okay.
We can have jingles, we can all dress up. It'd be brilliant.
You do realise I am co-creator of this podcast and I fucking hate Christmas, right?
Yeah,
I'm much more of a Halloween man myself.
Personally, yeah, goth as fuck. So.
I do like a bit of...
I'm the other co-creator. I'm more of a lazy sort of behind-the-scenes co-creator who occasionally just says, yeah, all right, we can do a podcast, sort of co-creator.
Right.
I also hate Christmas.
Oh, great. You guys need me on this show. I'll bring some Christmas cheer.
Maybe we should just find like 4 hosts that really enjoy Christmas and then we'll just be absolute Scrooges.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love that idea, Tom.
Anyway, let's stop talking about production.
Yeah, no, true.
So what's new?
What's new with you, Chris?
What's new?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a difficulty here.
Didn't you tell me you went on a mindfulness course or something?
I mentioned it last episode.
Did you mention it?
Because
I remember you talking about mentioning it, and then I don't think you actually got around to mentioning it.
Did I not? I thought I did. Oh, yeah. So I did a mindfulness, like an introductory course. That's actually pretty good because I'm proper skeptical, and I went in there thinking, it's going to be loads of crap.
Do you mind explaining for the listeners and me what this is?
Meditation.
Okay, so no, it's not. That's just a part of it.
Well, yeah, okay.
It's a way of thinking.
Right.
So it's supposed to. So, for example, if you're constantly anxious about the future, or what could happen, what's going to happen, what will happen if I do this, or you're constantly sort of reliving the past, like, I should have said this, I should have done that, and it's the sort of thing that's your mind's always busy, or you're always distracted, like in the present. Let's say you're having a conversation with someone, and you're constantly sort of looking around, like a noise will distract you, you see something behind them, and like
basically what you're doing is explaining humanity. Yeah.
But it gets to a point where you're too busy, you've got too much going in your mind.
Believe me, I know the feeling.
Or you're trying to sleep, and your mind's just running and running. You can't. So mindfulness is a way of trying to control your thoughts. It's getting your mind under control and saying, okay, calm down.
This sounds amazing. Yeah.
It's a way you're supposed to be able to sort of think of the present, the here and now, and it's supposed to be. I mean, it sounds like I'm sort of advertising it, but I'm not. I've only done a little introduction.
No, there's hard science behind it as well.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
They
do it for a lot of Americans. Do it for a lot of their armed forces now.
PTSD's kind of stuff,
to help prevent PTSD, and it's proven to have a big impact. Like they have a lot less cases.
So I've expressed to you before that I've been interested in the idea of meditation and calming shit down.
Here, I've actually thought about the perfect way to sell you on meditation.
Oh, you don't need to sell me. I'm willing to give it a try, but yeah.
I like to think of it like when it comes to meditation, the idea behind it is you're trying to kind of empty your head and just go down to sort of zero yourself. Think of it as power cycling your brain.
Right.
So the idea is like everything is kind of working slow because it's just too much bullshit going blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then you just the idea is just trying to turn yourself off for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then when you come out of it, your brain kind of starts kind of firing up, and it's basically all the bullshit.
Okay,
that's where meditation comes into.
By power cycling, do you mean literally turn it off and turn it on?
Yes,
again?
that is literally what I mean.
it's about, so the meditation is a practice to help you achieve that control of your mind. But then once you've got it, apparently, it helps you focus. So if you've got something you need to be doing, like a really important piece of work or something creative that you want to do, like say I'm at home editing a video and I just want to concentrate on that, you can you train your mind to focus and you can just do that and you'll be a lot more productive.
Yeah.
And you'll make less mistakes and all this. So
let me know how it goes. I'm very interested in this.
I completely thought it was bull crap.
This is the reason why I work off of to-do lists. Like I have to focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah, I still carry around a handwritten diary to remind me of shit I'm supposed to be doing.
That bag 2 foot away from you has the biggest list in the world.
Yeah, it's something I kind of want to get Heather onto because it's like her mind is
She's
just
a flappy butterfly.
Oh, just constant, just bam, 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 just all constant.
Everything's wrong. Everything needs to be sorted now. Everything needs doing.
Yeah. And I've sort of tried to explain to her at this point, like she's a massive worrier. Sort of explained, look, like worrying is not going to solve any of the issues because you're not achieving anything other than robbing yourself of energy now.
Yes.
Yeah. So but then you could. It's one thing just to say let it go. It's a completely different thing actually doing it.
In that point, you become another problem because it's the unsupported boyfriend that doesn't quite get it, but actually does get it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, it is interesting stuff, and I tend to find every now and then if I find myself kind of getting a bit flappy, do you know what? I'm gonna have a sit down and I'm gonna have a shut up.
Yes.
Sit down and shut up.
Sometimes you've got to tell yourself to sit down and shut up.
It's how I've come to think of it. Because I've always found it like, well, no, it's not always. Since I've started doing it, I found it quite interesting, kind of reading into the benefits. Interestingly, like, if you want to have a good, like, old age, 2 things you need to do is you need to keep walking and you need to keep talking. You know, you need to keep moving and keep yourself engaged.
Yeah.
Keep like little going. Puzzles like not word searches. That's not a puzzle. Crosswords and shit. Yeah. Little things like that. But basically, walk and talk. It's what humans are best at. It's what we're designed for.
Yeah.
But fuck me, does it help just to sit down and shut the fuck up sometimes? Hashtag meditation. Did the hashtag sign.
Oh, don't. That was the most millennial thing you've ever said in your life. Hashtag meditation.
Boo. I think I actually put that on, I think I tweeted that at some point.
Fuck's sake.
Yes, so thank you, Taz. That is new with me.
Yeah. No, it was cool. Tom. Come on, babe. I'm sure you got to have some new stuff.
No, I mean, to be honest, what's going on in my life at the moment is I work in hospitalities and it's Christmas. So,
you need to get mindfulness.
I'm having to find a new head chef and I'm having to find a couple more waiters and I'm going to have to find another KP and yeah, Christmas is a cunt. Hate fucking Christmas. Newest thing to happen to me. So I've made a plan.
Ooh, what kind of plan?
I'm leaving this fucking country in January for a couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
Where are you going?
Don't know.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Any vague idea?
Vague idea. I have several vague ideas. So one is going to my missus' homeland, Lithuania. However, I don't think that's going to happen because that's happened so soon. She's been to Lithuania in the last couple of weeks. Yeah. I really want, and she really wants to go to Scotland. However, it is January. Scotland
would
is
be gorgeous,
cold.
though.
It would be gorgeous, but it's still fucking winter plus one, isn't it?
Yeah. Wicked, man. It's awesome.
So that's another option. Otherwise, I'm fuck it. Let's go somewhere warm. So
bit of winter sun.
Even just to the south of France right now would be quite nice. Like I know a bit of French. I'll be able to get by.
Yeah, somewhere semi-familiar.
Yeah, maybe Italy or something. Just a couple weeks, just go somewhere. And this is coming from someone who doesn't quite understand travel. Like, why anyone would want to go see the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
but you just don't want to be here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that the basic?
That sounds good.
Yeah. And my girlfriend deserves to go somewhere else.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
On top of that.
Fair enough.
So that's kind of what's new with me. So if we have any suggestions...
Canada
in January.
That sounds wicked to me.
No one can save that.
Go wrestle the bear, mate.
No one can survive that except Canadians.
I would actually.
And moose.
To be fair, if I went over to Canada, that would be quite cool because I do have a few.
It would be very cool.
Oh, you do, don't you?
I do have a few friends out in Canada that I've promised I will go see at some point.
Nice.
Yeah, stop being a liar, Tom.
Yeah.
You heard it here. He needs to go see his friends in Canada.
I imagine since the Trump incident, getting into Canada, it might be a little bit difficult.
Canada should be all right.
It'll be all right.
To visit, it'd be fine. Just don't apply to live there.
One of my mates today, who was he's been planning for a very long time in the new year to be going to Canada, was basically like, I don't see that shit happening anytime soon. Trying to get a visa for living in Canada.
Or maybe like have a look at places that people don't tend to go. I've always quite liked the idea of going to Easter Island. I mean, there's nothing there but some stone faces. What do you mean made of money? Like, you got to get to Chile, which can't. I mean, that's got to be doable.
Which, despite its name, is not. You got a good point. You got a good point.
And then from Chile, like they've got a service there that goes between because it's owned by Chile.
Mm.
There's like a million countries. Just pull one out of a hat and see what.
Actually, that's probably a way to go. Actually, roll a die. Yeah. And just see what happens.
See? The gamer's way of choosing a holiday.
Well,
there we go.
Guess I'm going to Sudan.
And I've ended up in 4th edition D&D. Shit, how did I do this? All right.
Oh, that's an interesting plan. Cool.
So that's planning.
Yeah.
That's what's new with me.
Be interested to see where you go, mate.
So, Taz, one from the community chest, one from Sophie's Choice, one from the community.
Andy K.
Hello.
Says, should the racing industry be forced to use biofuels? Should the racing industry be forced to use biofuels?
The rating industry.
The racing industry.
Racing industry.
I quite like the idea of high performance cars blistering around Monaco filled with condensed cow shit. There's something about that.
I like watching shit go at 200 miles an hour.
Cow log powered steam vehicles. Yeah, I'm behind this.
Yes. I wouldn't want to be in the audience there watching it live.
I'm going to say no. They should be powered all like Formula E. Electronic cars. And they should all be piloted by computers.
Do you know what? That might be quite interesting because then that changes the game.
League of racing.
Oh, really?
Yep. And it's going to become very big very soon, I feel.
So, there's cool. No drivers?
No drivers, all programming.
Because at that point, the contest comes down to how well you've programmed your car.
Exactly.
It's kind of like Robot Wars, but racing.
It's the most nerdy thing ever. Lots of money piled into absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
See, I personally, I think there's got to be a market. There's got to be a massive market for battle drone racing. So you've seen drone racing, where they've kind of got sports drones.
Love it.
And like some of the courses, I don't understand how people do it.
No, it's
like fucking insane.
You have to have high midichlorian rate in your bloodstream to be able to pull off some of these maneuvers. It's really cool.
If you start including some sort of Mario Kart style battle mechanics into it, I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
It'd be amazing, yeah.
It would, especially if they're audiences. Because then, obviously you can hurt people, which that ups the fun rating even more.
The thing with the drone racing, the really high end stuff is the VR headset.
Oh,
so they've literally got a first person view of the drone.
Nice.
That is
completely unrelated, but Alvin Schwa from the
Miss and Throw Play
podcast, he put up a status the other day.
Yep.
It was just saying most I can't I'll paraphrase, but most entertaining thing I've seen in ages is watching drunk people try to find their way home on VR Google Earth. Now, I reckon if you turn that into a race format, so you got two people with VR setups.
Holy shit!
You all start at the North Pole, and you've got to find your way home. First while hammered. Oh my god! That just strikes me as hilarious.
That would be incredible.
Yes,
I told him at the time. He's like, "Oh, that smells like a Twitch channel to me."
Yes,
I can do that shit.
Holy shit, that would be amazing. Right, Alvin, when you're on this podcast, we're going to talk about this.
Yeah,
you can
he will be coming on the show.
Their view to video of them doing it.
Yeah.
Mix that together. Oh, yeah. So good.
That'd be amazing.
Anyway, biofuel in racing.
Ethically, it's probably the way to go, isn't it?
Well, all fuel should really be biofuel, I suppose you could say.
Yeah, well, we don't have a leg to stand on as drivers, do we? It's like we're filling our car.
Do you know
I
what?
don't know. I haven't chosen a car yet.
I'm still clean.
Yeah, I've dirtied myself.
I think it depends on the racing. If you're talking about cars, I think it's absolutely acceptable to use like whatever fuel, whatever gets the best performance. If you're talking about horses, like that shit better be biological.
Yeah,
if you're putting it in a horse.
give them a line of ket and just kick them off. Fueled for hours.
The Angel Dust Derby, yeah. Yeah, but weirdly, I think I come down on the other side of this. I'm not going to go like ethically. It should absolutely be biofuel. I think in general, yeah, perhaps let's move the world off of biofuel. But for things, onto biofuel, or onto like other more sustainable fuel. Like, because I mean, that's where all the damage is being done. But when it comes to sport,
with sales.
Exactly.
When it comes to sport, I think absolutely, like, because minimal damage being done by the sport. And then, like, that's just, like, petrol being used for just the sport.
I have to disagree, though. I think if there's fuel and if there's an alternative kind of fuel, does it matter what fuel's being used?
Well, it does in racing because...
Well, surely the octane level of fuel would, synthetically, you'd be able to do that with biofuels.
Yeah,
well. I mean, if you're talking about performance, is that a big deal? Because if everyone's performing of a similar level, so then does it matter?
Yeah, but so here's the thing: like biofuel does not yet provide the same sort of performance that like normal petrol does.
Well, no, but I mean,
really?
that's what I'm saying.
Not yet, not even close.
What I'm saying is, if that's the norm, then does it matter? Because it's like cars years ago didn't have the same performance they do now, and they were using the same fuel.
Yeah, but the point of Formula One racing, the point of like the more elite end of the spectrum is that this shit is damn near impossible to control. And you've got Supermen.
But then you're also talking about Formula One where they've had to impose restrictions on things technologically to keep the racing pure. So it would just be another restriction.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it would make it slower and more boring.
To be fair, like once they start bringing the restrictions because of shooting,
that already happened.
It's already happened in F1.
It'd just be a slight step back, and we would get ourselves back up to where we are now, but on biofuel. It would just take a few years.
So how about this? I was kind of interested with what you said, Taz, about how about you make all other fuels, biofuels, being used outside of racing and let racing do whatever they want. That's the kind of way to go. Because surely racing is like a fraction of the petrol use.
Yeah, absolutely. And like until we come up with methods that kind of get better performance than normal petrol, it kind of makes sense to stick with petrol for the time being.
Oh, I'm sorry, a comedy podcast. Biofuel, more like bio-poo. Ha ha ha.
Dude, I already made a horse
You mean shit racing.
biofuel joke, damn it. It would be shit right.
Thank you.
Oh, you saved me, Chris. Well done, mate. I'm unfortunate, Andy. I think maybe not on that one, but the rest of the world, yeah, you can go fuck yourself, run yourself on chip fat. Don't give a shit.
Fair enough.
Like, there are speed limits, and most of them tend to be around 70 miles an hour, and you don't need petrol to achieve that.
No.
So it makes sense just to move on to something else. You know, you can still do things in the same times, at the same speed, maybe slower.
I was just going to point this out, but if you're going to go electric, then make sure that the electric is renewable as well.
No, that should absolutely come from coal power stations only.
Power stations completely fueled by rainforest wood.
Biofuel electric, I will burn the horses. I will still have a horse-powered car.
See, personally, like the most exciting thing is like the idea that at some point we'll crack hydrogen fuel cells properly. Like they already exist. You know, we got hydrogen fuel buses in London, but that shit's expensive. The problem is refueling. But when it works, it works. I don't know how efficient it is. I don't know how what the performance is like.
I think that's the issue.
But it just takes time.
It's not efficient.
Like anything, it takes time.
Well, the refueling isn't efficient, but I don't know about the performance of hydrogen cells.
Energy into energy out is non-comparable, really.
But it's a fucking fantastic idea that your only real kind of bullshit that you leave behind in driving is water.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's properly cool. So hopefully at some point they'll crack that and find some way to make it super efficient. And then we can have like superpowered, turbocharged hydrogen rocket cars. Oh, that'd be wicked. But it would. I don't know. That's where I fall on it, I suppose, in this opinion that I formed
we can have real life
literally
Rocket
5
League.
minutes ago. We can have Rocket.
I'll be honest, I was trying to make a Rocket League joke.
Yeah. That would be amazing. I wouldn't want to drive one, but it would be amazing.
Tom, take one from the hot pot.
Yes, sir.
Do it.
Please.
What have we got?
Show me something
from you,
good.
I'm pretty sure all the topics in here are actually from me at this point. So
No, it's 'cause I
need to put in a
I
fucking
put in a
topic,
shit
all right?
load last week.
So this one's from Tom. Shit. Fancy dress costumes.
Oh yes, I love fancy dress costumes.
I don't.
I mean, I don't know if I could get away with something that's no effort but has big impact. I'm quite happy with that.
Are we
I don't
going
know-
for our favourite that we would like to do or have done?
Do you know-
or
I'd just take it as a rough topic. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Just talk around like whatever. For instance, like the best I feel the best fancy dress costume I've ever produced myself was for former host Kel. She had an inappropriate fancy dress
bad
party.
taste
Ooh.
party.
Bad taste.
oh,
party.
that's a good idea.
And Tom, I believe you went as
I
like,
went
the
as
teach-
Disney. I went as Disney on Ice, which was Walt Disney with a bag of meth.
and then
I look like a scabbed up fucked Walt Disney the entire night, and a big bag of blue crystals,
Fantastic.
which is basically sugar that I'd caramelized a bit to make crystals,
Yeah.
and then blue food dye in that.
nice.
Yeah, clever.
I think
And inventive. Well done.
Yeah, I think
What was Kel's? It was white supremacist who'd had an abortion because she'd fucked a black dude.
it was something like that.
Yeah, it was really bad.
I think I won though.
What did you do?
Because
Go on.
this was shortly after Kel had broken up with her boyfriend at the time, so I went as her ex,
Holy shit! Yeah, you did.
and it was one of those things that like I
It
walked
lost
in.
on everyone,
Oh no! I mean,
apart from everyone you told.
It took a while. It took a while, but eventually people like one by one started kind of clicking. It's like, hang on, have you come as? Yes, I have. Oh my god! And like, Kel, she took it on the chin, but
Yeah, of course
it
she
was
did, 'cause
she
she's
took
absolute
it.
darling.
She took it with it. It was one of those kind of. It's a good thing we're good friends because otherwise I'd
was
be
a bad taste
well
party.
pissed. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I felt I fucking nailed that shit.
Bearing in mind, she's walking around a party with a KKK hood on and a black doll baby
no.
that's dead. Like, it was awful, that party.
It was.
sounds amazing.
It was.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Somebody went as the teacher from the class that got on the plane, the South Korean plane that got
God, that
lost.
disappeared,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Like, there was such horrible costumes. But this is my point, okay? So, fancy dress parties need to have a theme. I recently, obviously, Halloween's just gone. like a
Yes,
month
they
ago.
have to have a theme.
They have to have a theme. One of my best friends, Loz, invited me to her Halloween party, and I said, "What's the theme?" And she went, "Halloween."
Yeah,
What do you mean?
Nice one.
What's the theme? The second I invited my girlfriend to it, Rita, do you want to come to this fancy dress party with me? We've got to wear costumes. Okay, what's the theme? Thank you, woman. I love you. There's a reason why we're together.
Yes. No, yeah.
You need to have some kind of boundaries with it, because otherwise, well, we went as I went as John Travolta, Vince Vega, and she went as Uma Thurman. I can't remember the character from Pulp Fiction.
Oh, yes.
So she went as like with a brown bob, white shirt, nosebleed,
yeah.
Nice.
Of course.
and I went full black suit, bolo tie,
Of course.
and a banana, because I went as Banksy because I couldn't find a gun that was suitable. Basically, I wanted it as an excuse to buy a airsoft gun, but it's really hard to mail order an airsoft gun in this country. And then turned up to this party where everyone's dressed as witches and werewolves and all this and it was just like, to be fair, everyone at that party went, I would never have thought of that. No, that's awesome. It's like, yeah, I just showed Rita this film 2 weeks ago and she really liked it. She wanted to look like she was a coked up whore.
That's a fantastic film.
I mean, that's the thing. When someone when a whole party turns around to you and says, "Oh, I never would have thought of that," you go, "Well, yeah." Inside, you just think, "Yeah, that's why we don't party that often."
Yeah,
I went to one of my favorite costume that I did was at. I'll go into that later, but yeah, the theme was pop stars.
Yeah,
and bordering on bad taste merged with something no one would have thought of. This guy went as he went in he just turned up in a sumo suit with a bikini over the top.
Right.
And everyone's like, okay, what the fuck? And he was like, oh, I'm Beth Ditto.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, I don't get the reference. Who the fuck is Beth Ditto?
She was a singer. They had a big song out at the time, "Standing in the Way of Control." I think it was, that was the lyric.
Oh, yeah. Not the Ting Tings. No, I know. Yes, I know.
Yeah. So yeah, that was
Standing in the Way of Control.
Yeah.
It was like Skins theme tune or something.
It was on the Skins theme tune. Yeah. I loved Skins. That was brilliant. But my costume, which was my favourite one I've ever made myself.
Mm-hmm.
I went as Adamant. Which was so good.
Prince Charming.
Oh yes. So I had a militaristic jacket which I sewed big cuffs and a big collar on.
Nice.
And I had boots and I was wearing silver leggings under the boots. Oh, it's so good.
Awesome. I do love a bit of Adamant. I think I went through uni with the same costume to every party for a while. Me and my housemate Rob decided to make Slipknot costumes, which was fucking easy. You get a boiler suit, you paint a few numbers on it, done.
And
I went as Corey Taylor. Oh no, actually no. My mate Rob went as Joey Jordison, the drummer.
Mm-hmm.
And so his was literally a white plain face mask with a bit of paint on it.
Right,
done, and a long wig.
Yeah.
And then I went as Corey Taylor, and it was 2 chamois leathers sewn together with holes cut out for eyes and painted in white. Brilliant. With a couple, and now I made dreads out of bits of rope and spray painted them green, and it was like the proper old school Corey Taylor mask. And then black face paint underneath it to darken your skin so you can see it. That was an amazing idea. I didn't take into consideration the fact that chamois leathers stink of their sheep. They stink.
Oh no!
And when you're going to parties and bars and raves and shit in it, you sweat and you smell like a dead sheep. It's not good, and it's around your face. You can't escape it.
I think one of the best I saw was Andy, actually, host Andy.
Mm-hmm.
It was fantastic. A mate as far as growing up, Matt, mate in fact still now. He was holding it was either his birthday or his sister's birthday. It was a fairy and trolls party.
Yeah.
So nice and easy, theme right out the gate. Of course, I completely forgot to do anything for it. And I was, fortunately, my girlfriend at the time, she lived just up the road from him. It was 5-minute walk at most. And so I went over there first, and we just kind of had lovely sort of whatever time. And then I realised, oh shit, no, this is a it's a fancy dress party. And she went, oh, what is it? It's yeah. It's, maybe I've got something what is it? Fairy and trolls. So, I think maybe I've got something to cover that.
Fantastic.
And then for me, it's just well, okay. Obviously, she's not gonna have anything for me. I think she maybe has some fairy wings or something.
Yeah.
Thinking on my feet, I went and grabbed a towel from their bathroom. And then just turned up with that over my arm because I was a bog troll.
Oh, fucking amazing!
Yes.
Now, the costume of the party was Andy because everyone else turned up as some form of fairy or troll, and Andy turned up as a bottle of fairy liquid.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, brilliant!
It was fucking amazing. For foreign listeners, fairy liquid is a particular brand of washing up liquid. It's probably our number one brand or whatever, and he'd made it out of cardboard. He'd done the artwork splendidly.
Wow!
And when he turned up, it's fucking done. Nailed it, mate.
And for international listeners, a bog troll is a toilet attendant.
Yes.
So when you have to tip to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
But you bring up Andy.
Yeah. He's very good at fancy dress.
There was that one time, I think it was probably Hal and Beth's engagement drinks or something like that, or Hal's birthday or something. We all turned up a bar. We were quite smartly dressed, all of us, apart from Andy, who turned up dressed as a bottle of beer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was in a beer costume.
Oh, yeah, because he just had the costume and he thought...
He had it, and he was like, fuck it. Well, bear in mind, I had to drive him back from the pub that night. He's hanging his head out the window dressed as a bottle of beer. Fucking fantastic.
Of course, there was the other party where we all turned up dressed as Hal.
Yeah, so it was Hal's birthday and we all decided to dress as him.
Oh, amazing.
So we all turned up in white shirts, suit trousers.
Yeah, very
drawn tattoos all over our arms, just squiggles of bullshit.
Yes.
And wigs. Every single one of our friends.
I believe there's a fantastic picture of us somewhere where everyone dressed as Hal is in a bath doing kind of a necro.
Yes,
pose.
big arms. Yeah.
Claws all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
amazing.
So yeah, fancy dress.
Yeah, I mean,
It was
I did have
fun.
I did have a spontaneous fancy dress as well, like yourself. You went as the bog troll. The closest I had was I hadn't prepared at all. I didn't realise we were going to do fancy dress. I thought it was just like a gathering of people and we were going to have some drinks and stuff. No, it turned out to be a fancy dress party. So I was like, oh shit, what have I got? So at the time I had this stupid costume, which was basically a black polo shirt. I was like, okay, I can do something with a black polo shirt. What can I do? So I was like, okay, all right, who's got some hairspray? Fucking major hairsprayed my hair, borrowed some face makeup, and I went as Robert Smith from The Cure.
Brilliant. Oh, nice.
I was like, yeah, sorted.
Yeah, good save. Good save.
The best thing was I walked into the room and my other friend Jess across the room just suddenly stood up and shouted, "Oh my God, Robert Smith from The Cure!" I was like,
boom!
Yes!
Boom! Pop, 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 pop! Nailed it, motherfucker. Love it.
Spot on.
Well done, you. See, that's the thing, right?
That's my MacGyver moment.
Yeah.
Hey! That's the thing, right? Realising, oh shit, I've got like no time whatsoever to put together a costume. That's where you can get at your most creative. Because like, well, I mean, I've got this. What the fuck can this make? Boom, nailed it. Bog troll, Robert Smith, awesome. Was it Robert Smith?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm completely blanked on his name there for a second. Shall we have one from Sophie's Choice, please, Chris?
Let's have one from Sophie's Choice in this very elegant chest that I am completely in love with. It's from Rikard.
Right, Rikard.
How's it going, Rikard?
A profession you wish existed.
Oh, good one.
Oh, I don't know.
A profession I wish, because at this point, I think a lot of them do. They're already really dumb things like professional, like people who play video games for a living. You know, whether they're Twitch streamers or YouTube streamers or Let's Players or
Journalists.
Journalists.
The drunk male in me wants to say professional boob wear.
Yeah, that. I think perhaps you found the one.
Yeah, there we go.
that doesn't. I mean, the boob weighing does perhaps exist as part of being a doctor,
else,
but
just that.
It sounds more like a carnival attraction. Like, I can guess the weight of your boobs, madam.
Yes.
1 coin of silver. No, that's really going back. All right.
Cross my palm.
Cross my palm
with silver. I will tell your future.
No, I love the idea.
I love the
idea. Though. It's like, cross my palm with silver, and I shall touch you up.
That just sounds like something out of Bottom.
That sounds. That sounds like a job I would actually fucking love.
How about professional whiskey reviewer?
Dude, you know that exists.
That's a thing.
No fucking guidance counsellor told me that.
No. To be fair, though,
I see you like drinking in the woods. How about professional whiskey taster?
The best woods to drink in.
There you go.
Also, in the UK, we don't have guidance counsellors because we're not self-possessed whiny little bitches.
Or not anymore.
I had someone that I had to go talk to about professions.
Yeah, I did.
Really? They just did that in class?
You had to go to a careers meeting. And
Yeah,
but that was just like a teacher.
Mine wasn't a teacher. It was an actual professional.
Really?
Yeah.
I had the same.
That's a profession I wish didn't exist. Because it's just sad.
No, but you also get like professional shopper, which sounds like some people's ideal.
A mystery
dream.
shopper.
Yeah, I don't get mystery shoppers. Yeah, that does not sound like a dream job.
No, it sounds fucking awful.
Yeah, no. I'm good not doing that. I had a thought the other day. So I have an ability to, and I know the job already exists, and it's one I'm going to keep in my back pocket in case like I ever like need to go down a new route. But when it comes to like gnarly shits, like if it's piss, shit, vomit, whatever, don't give a shit. Also, dead people. I don't really have any problem with dead people. Like if I need to, I can quite easily detach myself from a situation.
Right.
And I know there are professional companies out there whose profession are cleaning up crime scenes.
Yes.
That sounds like some shit I could do.
Okay.
But
Wait.
it's something that already exists. So
Yeah, I was going to say
exists.
that exists.
Just the CSI.
yeah.
There's a good documentary on Netflix that my girlfriend was telling me about yesterday that is basically crime scene cleanup people.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I might have to watch that.
Yeah, I'll have to get the name of it.
I'll watch it with like maybe I'll sort of approach it as though rather than a documentary, it's a recruitment video.
Although I'm getting slightly worried by the amount of like serial killer / cleanup documentaries that my girlfriend's watching.
You wouldn't want it to be a recruitment video for someone to clean up.
Sorry?
That I'm going to apply to be this person you're cleaning up today.
How about? Sorry, go on.
No, you go.
No, you had
I was
something
going to say,
following on clearly.
there's the. I would like to be a professional tester of lines of whimsy.
Oh,
to see if
To
they
see where
bear
they go.
fruit.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, let's see, llamas. What can I do with llamas?
Sound like a joke writer for the Mighty Boosh.
I mean, we've already encountered that a little bit. Was it last week at some point? Myself, Tom, and Eddie were sitting around. This was kind of, we weren't doing a show or anything. He was just over. Eddie was over, and we were desperately trying to make jokes.
Oh yeah,
out of puns and jokes
World War
based
I.
on World War I and rabbits.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the best I came up with was
Watership Down, wasn't it?
Warship.
No.
Walter. What's that?
No. Was it
Wilhelm?
Wilhelm Ship Down? I think maybe was what I came up with. Was the best.
It was awful.
Yeah.
But it turns out we've already got someone for that. He's called Johnny. He's been on the show twice.
Yeah.
Eddie just sent him off. Okay, here are the things. Make jokes, and he came
Bunny's
back. Yep.
One.
There we go.
Land of Hop and Glory was one of them.
Yeah,
which
that's
I
very
quite liked.
good.
Although making the link between rabbits and World War II, piss easy. World War I was difficult.
Yeah.
How about pro shed podcaster? I wish that was a profession. I wouldn't have to go fucking work.
Yeah, that would work.
People do podcasts professionally, though.
They do, not from a shed.
No, true.
Although, how about a professional podcast studio owner? Because that could actually be something. Like,
Yeah,
there's
that could
studio owners everywhere.
But not
For recording
specifically
music
for
and-
podcasts.
Now, that would be cool. This is something I've thought about, actually.
If there's any podcasters out there listening, if you can get to Lewisham nice and easy, we have a shed here you can rent out for, I don't know, a quick suck and a fuck. It's all yours.
As long as you don't mind an angry Chinese girl, you'll be fine.
As long as I can stream it, you're good.
You could have a professional seat tester. You just walk around sitting on shit and going, yeah, that's comfy.
I'll give that
Oh, I can settle into this one.
not such a good job when you find that 1 out of 10 chair, though.
Yeah, you sit back and go, oh, yeah, my back's gone on.
Yeah, but
Oh, who's this designed by? Vlad the Impaler. Shit!
also, like, you might find yourself in the position where you got to like, included in your written review, you've got to include 2,000 words on the lumbar support.
The lumbar
That,
support.
I imagine, would be taxing.
It was nice and firm against my posterior.
I don't know, what about like, a professional burner?
Burner.
Like, yeah,
Set
yeah.
light to shit.
No, as in, like, people,
slumming it out.
There are so many people in the world who just kind of want to get one up on someone. They want to burn them good.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Same.
right.
So you just kind of, you go to the
Like a
professional
roaster.
burner And you go, all right, okay, cool. Look, okay, here's some shit about the person. Here's some shit about our job. Here's some shit about their activity.
I would say
them.
I would say there are
Get me some burns, bro.
there are comics out there that just purely live on roasts.
True. Yes, but I'm.
That's not specific though.
No, I'm talking about like as though to provide a service. Like it's just like you
Would
do.
you be wanting for work?
Well, I mean, maybe I don't know. It will depend
How
on
many
whether
people
or not
go,
there's
I
a.
really want to burn someone. I'm going to pay someone to do it for me.
Bearing in mind, there are services that do some amount of business whereby you can send people shit in the mail.
Oh god,
That's a service that exists. So I imagine, like, if you got the word out enough.
it reminds. You know what? This whole thing reminds me of. There's an episode of Men Behaving Badly where one of the characters pays someone to start a fight with him so he can show how manly he is.
Oh yeah, I think I remember this exact episode.
He's like, okay, so you come over, you start a fight, I win the fight, and I look great for my girlfriend. That's an interesting job. It's like,
Yeah.
I can go and start fights with people. That's easy.
If you know the outcome's not going to be you getting your ass kicked, yeah, I like that.
I think that's all I've got.
Professional podcast listener. That'd be quite nice.
Oh, yeah.
Writing reviews on podcasts. I actually once considered opening a website that was reviews of podcasts and then realised, Jesus Christ, no one gives a shit. It's that old ad. The thing we were talking about last issue was like, if you want to review music or if you want to know what an album's like, you go and fucking listen to the album. You either like it or you don't.
It's the same thing with
Time's
podcasts.
gone.
Yeah.
You go listen to it.
20 years ago, you'd have been.
I've been set.
Yeah.
I've been set for life, yeah. Anyway.
Right, okay, I'm going to get one
Thank you, Rikard.
The hot pot.
Is it hot?
Is it sizzling?
One from the hosts.
And we have
Mind your
one
fingers.
that's written in pink from Greggles.
Greggles.
Oh, God. Okay, let's find out what this is.
All right.
What is the weirdest thing you have had up your bum? And I should point out that is bum spelt with two B's.
To be
bum.
Bum.
Bum, one B at the start, another B at the end.
Bum.
Bumba.
Oh, it's just bum
but with a U.
No, it's just bum with a cold.
Yeah.
Bum.
The weirdest thing I've had up my bum. Oh, God. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever...
I have an answer, but it's
Dunno.
not one I want to... It's not actually that crazy. It's probably something lots of people do, but a rampant rabbit.
Fair enough.
That's not particularly...
That's
That's
not
not particularly weird.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like,
That's
of
not
things
particularly
that they'll
weird.
That's the
find
thing.
themselves up bums.
I think-
I imagine that's kind of...
The funniest thing I've ever had up my bum was a girl that just dumped me's tongue. Yeah, just on me.
Fantastic.
Break up sex. Yeah, you can do that then.
Yeah.
Half tempted to fart in your fucking face, bitch.
But Tom, we've had
Fantastic.
so many conversations. You genuinely don't like bum stuff
Yeah, I don't.
at all.
No.
And you just...
It was pure spite, baby. Yeah, I got a nudge there from Chris. Thank you. Yeah, that was pure
How
spite.
dare you sully the sage to your
cunt.
bum love?
I'm a cunt. I am an arsehole. And she tasted
Wow.
Okay. What? So, I suppose it's not that weird because it turns out it's quite a common one. But hairbrushes.
it. Wow.
Oh, what handles of hairbrushes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It should go like put it out there.
Is that
Like,
weird?
Not the bristly end. But
What sort of brush was it? Was it an afro comb or was it? What are we talking?
no,
Hair dryer.
I like to feel warm and inflated. Yeah, no, I think the hairbrush phase was maybe when I was, I don't know, maybe 16 or something, and I was just kind of playing around. It was like, well, I think I like the idea of things in my bum. So what's kind of the right sort of shape? And I considered the food items, things like carrots and cucumbers, but then I
Because
went,
they're sexy, you know.
do you know what? I think they're probably going to be better used to eat. So let's not put those on my bum. And yeah, hairbrush was one. Yeah, and being a dude with long hair, of course I've got a hairbrush that was mine that I don't have to worry about.
Which you have to reuse after the fact and look dirtily every morning and feels dirty.
I've had a number of conversations. What? I feel dirty. I've fucking washed that shit and never think about it again until just now. But I've had a number of conversations where apparently that's reasonably common. I've
heard about that before.
A lot of dudes have, like, in experimenting with bum stuff, gone, well, fucking hairbrush, I suppose it's more or less the right. If I spit on it enough, yeah, all right, let's give that a shot.
With enough force, anything's possible.
And what? Yes,
I honestly don't have anything for this topic.
I think of not personally, but there was who was it? The comedian Russell Howard talked about putting marbles up his brother's bum.
If I put enough marbles up your bum, you become a wizard.
You'll get magic.
Yeah.
I've had.
Am I magic yet? Pop, pop, pop.
I love that. That was so good.
Boom! Got it. All right. Weirdest thing ever been up my bum.
Go on.
This was a few years ago now, but I was looking to push myself, and in retrospect, it was probably a stupid thing to use.
Oh dear.
But a can of Lynx.
What? Dude. How? Wow, that's impressive.
Holy shit!
Well done.
I'd been doing some work on myself, just going, right, how far can I
do some work on this?
The anus is a surprisingly versatile organ.
Right.
I suppose, literally, I just went, how far can I stretch this? But I managed to get one of those up there. That's weird because that's really blunt. I think I think that's the most difficult aspect of that is the bluntness of it.
You just want to make sure you use the bottom end.
Ease into it.
You don't want to use the top end to get the cap stuck.
Can you imagine? Just like putting it in and all of a sudden you just hear click. Your arse smells like Africa for the Sorry, that for international listeners, that's a fragrance of Lynx. That is not a racist comment.
Oh, in America they call it Axe, by the way. So if that kind of helps give you like a sizing of it.
It's literally your Axe crack.
Imagine a can the size of a Red Bull can. A large Red Bull can.
Yes, why? Yeah, they tend to be quite girthier than a Red Bull can.
No, I'm talking about one of the large, like 500.
I would say it's kind of halfway between, like...
halfway between a Coke can and a Red Bull can.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say halfway between a Red Bull can and a beer can, yeah, so that works out the same. It was one of those things, I won't take you through the step-by-step process
Please don't.
But...
It included sitting down, right?
No.
Have I been doing it wrong all this time?
I'll tell you this. The main ingredient is determination. And it's like, after I did it, it's like, I pulled that. Oh, okay, wicked. I can go that. Okay. That kind of gives me a new gauging.
Literally gives you a new gauge rating.
And then
nice turn of phrase.
And then it was afterwards, as I was cleaning it off, I was washing it down and sanitizing.
No.
Well, no. All right, don't be disgusted about that. That's just good hygiene. I didn't particularly need to clean it off because it came out clean. But it was like, you know what? Let's just wash this down and give it a proper soaping and whatnot. But as I was washing it down, I did have this moment of looking at it and go, maybe next time I don't use a pressurized container.
Yeah.
Because I had
anything
this,
untoward is going to be.
Because I was looking at it and I was like, oh my god! Imagine if I'd had if that had been my one man, one jar moment.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that would have been a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah, exactly.
With a hell of a gauge.
Oh my god! What is this? There's no such thing as a professional shed podcast. Is there? For this exact reason. Dear Lord!
What's next? What do we?
Yeah, I think that probably tops it out for me because I've had a number of things.
Rate and review us on iTunes. I don't want to carry on anymore.
God, when was that? It was some time ago. Anyway, shall we? Tom.
Which pod are we on?
We are
on Community Chest.
Yes, Community Chest.
We would do an audio topic, but we only have one left, so we'll leave that till next week. Can you please send in some audio topics?
Please send in some audio topics.
And thank you, Captain Sickbeard, for sending one in today, I believe.
Yeah, please. Doesn't matter how you record the audio. If you just do it on your phone and then find a way to send that in an email, perfect. audio topics. Send us audio topics. Pol Pot needs feeding.
And speaking of Captain Sickbeard, you're right, Dom. This one's from you.
Right, Dom, I want to tickle your chin.
So, oh shit.
What?
We've had this one before.
Have we?
Ah.
Yep. Pass glass to the left, finish its contents. If you've already empty, fill it to the top, then finish. So.
Oh shit!
God.
No, Chris, this isn't whiskey, this is whiskey and Mountain Dew.
Whiskey and Mountain Dew?
Yeah, no, it's a strong concentration, but it's not as bad as it looks.
I've never drunk Mountain Dew before.
Have you got a drink, Taz?
Yeah, I passed you that one. Which I've
got like half a shot of
I'm
whiskey.
so annoyed. I was just about to refill it.
No, this has been done in the podcast before. We've had a passing drink.
Well, okay,
Cheers,
I guess...
Chin chin.
I'm slamming a quick double on top of everything else.
Yeah, basically.
So
which, to be fair, is
half
most
a
of the
shot,
whiskey.
so I'm alright.
Yep, you're a piece of shit, Dom.
Yep, thank you for that.
I really don't like that.
Mountain Dew. A bit of Mountain Dew.
Oh my god, why do Americans drink that?
I quite like Mountain
It tastes
Dew.
like lemonade.
That's disgusting. Mixed with, at least mixed with whiskey, that's nasty.
That's not that bad.
I'm going to take some straight up whiskey to take the taste out of my mouth.
Good boy. Right. Thank you very much for that.
Should we follow that up with another one from
host
Sophie's
pot.
Choice? Sophie's Choice.
Host pot.
Mate, we got so many in there. Let's just
No,
have
that's a
another
good point.
Sophie's
Yeah,
Choice.
yeah,
It wasn't a topic.
Let's pull one
Was
out.
not a topic.
Let's pull one out. Pull one out. Here we go. Okay, so this is from Dave Vincent.
Oh, we haven't one from you for a while.
Have not.
How's it going?
I hope you're still listening. Lovely to hear from you.
Oh, this sounds good. All right. If you had to face the Inquisitor from Red Dwarf, Season 5,
God,
how
yeah.
would you justify your own existence? So basically...
Professional Shed Podcast.
For anyone not familiar with Red Dwarf, so there's an episode where there's an Inquisitor. It's basically some sort of android who has the power to travel through time and kill anyone. So he's going back and threatening anyone who's ever existed to justify their existence. If they cannot do it, or if they cannot give a great enough argument for why they should exist, he erases them from history.
And then gives that other sperm
The
egg chance.
He replaces them with a life that never had a chance. So you have to justify why you exist.
Otherwise, you'd be wiped from history.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
amazing.
First question. Is the process of being wiped from history and no longer existing painful?
No.
Wouldn't bother.
It just happens.
No,
Just
it's pretty
straight
much
up,
just
wouldn't
a
bother.
zip and you
And just like, justify yourself.
It's all about
Mate,
it's all about the tension.
I've got nothing. Just do it.
How about the skill to beat the Inquisitor at Rochambeau?
Yeah.
Just give it that 1
I
in
just
3
point out,
chance. Give it that 1 in 3 chance.
My favourite answer to that episode is the cat's answer. And he's like, well, because I'm me. Of course.
Okay. Let's him go.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much all you got, though, isn't it?
Can I justify myself?
How can I justify myself? Yeah, no. I like to think that I try to make sure that whatever I'm doing is trying to increase the enjoyment of others.
Yeah.
I like to see other people happy. So if something makes someone happy, I will try and do that thing that makes them happy. I enjoy seeing people happy. So I would say my justification would be if forgetting everything else, at least I try and make other people happy when I can.
Oh, it's a noble aim. Absolutely noble aim. I think that's fair justification. Tom, what you got?
It's a horrible thing to say because it's this whole question is sort of like, can you blow your own trumpet?
I
My answer
can.
would be nope.
I can.
Go for it. All the orgasms.
And what? How about I play the Libsyn podcast bill every week? So without this podcast being paid for, you wouldn't be able to listen to it.
Some people, some handful of
A
wonderful,
few
wonderful people
worldwide
like,
would not have something to listen to
a
for 2
basically
hours.
mitigatable amount of people of the general population would have slightly less entertainment in their life.
I would have
they
the most
wouldn't have less
boring-
entertainment. They just have something else.
I would have
Yeah,
the most
true.
boring journeys to work because this podcast is my commute.
Oh, there we go. It's nice of you to say that.
No, it always has been. Even before I was a host, it was fantastic.
See, for me, this podcast is literally I'm recording me and my mates at this age, and then when I'm 80, I'll be able to listen back and go,
yeah.
shit, I'm already dead. Who cares?
Yeah, actually, I haven't thought about that.
Oh, that's the reason why I do this podcast. Fuck listenership. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, thank you all for listening, everyone, and recommend us to a friend and spread this shit like a virus. However,
Do it.
I'm doing it to record me and my friends at this point in time.
Yeah. It is going to be nice to. It's almost better. Like for instance, if you end up in a situation where maybe you have a child and then you die before like they have any real memory of you.
You're talking about Hilden from this Drunken Games podcast.
I suppose I am. And also, I suppose like I wouldn't recommend like any child of mine has access to this podcast until they're of a certain age.
From a certain age.
This was the thing that came from the Drunk Gamers podcast, Super the Hardest, which we referred to earlier in this episode. One of the podcasters from that show died before they became Super the Hardest. And the Hilden, the guy that died, his mother came up to the other two and went, I listened to the podcast for the first time the other week. It's like, shit. Because they talk about shit like we talk about shit.
Oh, wow.
It's like, no. It's like,
Mums don't listen to this.
No, she just went like, boys will be boys. What you've got there is something that I can listen to every time I want to hear my son. And it's just like, holy shit, that's powerful. And
that is cool.
Hence why these guys are kind of the inspiration of us doing this podcast.
Oh, I love that.
Talking of which, just in case, hi mum.
Yeah, hi, Mum.
Hi, Mum. How's it going?
Love you.
Mum.
I'm dead now. How's it going?
Hi, Mum. I did
By the
put
way-
a rabbit up my ass.
I promise I... There we go. You beat me to it.
Oh,
Anyway.
see, that's the one thing I didn't ask on that particular portion, is whether or not you put up your own ass or someone put it up there for you. It's all right. I'm not going to push you for an answer.
Moving on.
So let's face it. Some people are more. Some people are more comfortable with their sexuality than others, and you have your right to withhold.
Question is, were they aware it happened?
Damn, that's even more sinister.
Technically, it was my girlfriend at the time, but she was asleep and holding it. So
Propping a dildo in your girlfriend's mouth and just squatting down on it, just so the nose tickles your peritoneum. Anyway, moving on.
hi kids.
Hi, Mum.
Oh, Tom, what are you doing? I had this random dream that I was like choking on a cucumber. I don't know what's going on.
So
It's nothing, dear. Eat my ass.
when it comes to when it comes to justifying my existence, I mean, I'm immediately.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that was the topic.
Immediately run into the problem I always have in that not only I mean I'm bad at marketing shit. I can't push stuff at all, and when that stuff is me, I'm even worse.
I'm really good at that.
However, all I've got is like, and for the most part, like if I'm feeling like really down or whatever, I tend to rely on environmental cues. For the most part, my friends, and I'll have a look at the people I know and how they react to me, and I was like, I must be doing something right, because these people all feel a lot more wonderful than perhaps I feel have a right to be associated with. Mm-hmm. And I use that to shore myself up. And so I think in the face of the Inquisitor, I would just go, look at that person, look at how wonderful all these are. And they seem to find some value in me. So I think that's all I've really got.
That's not a bad argument.
I get by with a little help.
Yeah, very good.
Cool. Time for one more?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Is it my turn?
There's a host pot now.
Is it my turn?
No, Taz.
No, I
You did Dave Vincent, did you?
No, I did the Red Dwarf.
Yep.
Inquisitor.
Okay, so
Oh,
Taz,
so it is
you.
me, yep. Wicked. All right, here we go. One from the hot pot.
One from the hosts.
From Il Hoti Leopoti.
Leopard.
This is how you say it in Portuguese.
Leopard.
Social justice and the left. Oh, wicked. We got a banging topic. We got so much scope on this one. Social justice and the left.
Now I feel so inadequate in my knowledge.
Okay, so...
on my left at the moment, I've got Mode Selector Evil Twin.
I've
my
got Vein
hand.
1, Vein 2, Vein 3...
also Brian Christmas Tree.
And the Venus de Milo.
I've got tendons that no longer hurt, which is nice.
Sorry, who's that topic from?
That one's one of mine. Actually, I posted that in last
my
week.
left is disappointment because my right gives me pleasure.
So social justice and the left. So basically, this is a question about how, to be fair,
Basically, it's a question not for the end of the podcast where we're all drunk. Is what
no.
you're saying.
I mean, dude,
This is
I
an early podcast question.
I can processualize on this, but like without any issues whatsoever. But basically, what I'm talking about is in recent years, there's been this tendency of kind of left-leaning individuals. This tends, I might go so far as to call it the American uni left, where
I think
I'm
I see
talking
what
about
you're
things
saying.
like safe spaces, trigger warnings.
Fucking hell, really?
What's the words? Social. When you're stealing bits of other people, cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. That basically the thing I've been encountering is that the left of late has been doing this kind of real right hard turn. It's kind of when you go further left, you hit this kind of tidal wave wall that kind of circles back round to the right.
Yeah,
because a lot of what's going on is like you can't say that, you can't do this, you can't.
Yeah, it becomes control.
Yeah, it's and at that point it's
becomes
just
fascism.
It becomes it's shutting down debates. You can't talk about it. And I mean I've got a lot. I've got a lot to say on the topic because for instance, I take it you guys have been, at least you've encountered this idea of safe spaces.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So a safe space is a space where you can talk without judgment, and also nothing there can be said that can be deemed in any way offensive.
Yeah, basically, you guys and this circle of friends that I've recently been introduced to is my safe space.
That's weird because we're not a safe fucking space. Because by this kind of American uni left, we come with trigger warnings. Again, that's something I want to talk.
I hate that phrase.
Yeah, because do you know why? Do you know why I hate that? Because it's a complete fucking misappropriation of the phrase. A trigger warning is something you give to people who can be triggered. Specifically, we're talking about people who suffer from PTSD. PTSD or schizophrenia.
Anything that can set.
Yeah, absolutely.
Up, yeah.
This isn't just shit that's going to make you go, "Oh no, I'm angry." No, it's like it's a phrase that's been stolen,
and that's why it's become a fucking meme.
Yeah,
like that's a fucking meme now.
Oh, this whole triggered thing. Yeah,
it's fucking bullshit.
I mean, I don't
hashtag triggered.
Yeah,
fuck off.
Yeah,
Jesus
absolutely.
Christ.
And it's got to be said. I don't hold truck with it at all because in fact, there's a Jonathan Pye video. After
I was
Trump,
about to say fucking. I was about to talk about him exactly.
After Trump was elected,
he said the left are to blame for Trump.
Yeah, because they
what?
No. And his argument is purely logical.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it makes
I'm going to have to look this up. I'm
complete
going to have
sense.
to look this
But
up.
Look him up.
Dude, like Jonathan Pye he's good at what he does, and what he does is that perfect blend of comedy, so sharp, so satirical, it kind of stops being comedy and is pure social.
He's left leaning.
commentary.
He's definitely left leaning, but he will still beat the shit out of the left.
I don't know that he is. Like,
he is. He
I mean,
is.
So he's a right-wing Bill Maher.
Left wing,
but
so was Bill Maher.
Yeah.
But,
He's
but like the argument hinges.
Whiskey.
the argument hinges on the fact that
his Brexit argument is just amazing.
So with Trump, the argument hinges on the idea that do you know who's to blame for this? It's fucking you. Because anytime anyone voiced anything that sounded in any way objectionable, you fucking shout them down and you shut off debate. And so what you get is a situation where people have opinions, but they can't talk about them for fear of being shut down. So when it comes to polling, they'll just go, well,
you shut
okay,
up and hope everyone else does the same as you.
Like, because polling is private and anonymous.
But
like, here's the bit where you can go, well, like, I've literally heard nothing to say otherwise, so I'm going to vote for Trump.
But no, but that doesn't work, because how would that necessarily lead to one of a 50-50 vote?
Basically, it means that the left is not going out there and actually having an open debate with the right and saying, no.
So this is purely a left problem.
This is why it's the left just not being loud enough, not actually debating it, just saying, no, you're wrong.
But surely that problem would be across the board, no?
No, because the right are going out there and being evangelical almost about it.
Well, I mean, so what we've ended up with is this bizarre situation wherein the right, there's a thing called post-truth politics, and the post-truth approach is basically everything that's said is meant to appeal to emotions. And facts are put to the wayside.
Yeah.
So the right are actually quite happy saying,
Make America great.
I don't give a shit about your facts. We're going to shout at you about this. The left, meanwhile,
actually care about
they simply don't get round to facts, because when it comes to saying something, rather than debating it, they just say, no, racist, bad. And that's no fucking use either.
Shuts down the debate. Rather than actually talking someone round to your point of view, they just don't argue.
Yeah, you're failing to argue.
You just berate them into silence.
And that's exactly, which is kind of why he says the left are to blame for Trump.
That I can't disagree with that point of view.
Exactly. Like, it's obvious in media, in even social media. Like, we all find our own little microcosm. It's an echo chamber. Social media is an echo chamber. So we just all bounce this shit. Like, aren't you outraged by this shit? Fucking bollocks, 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 bollocks. And
no one actually gets anywhere. No
one actually talks on a level with anyone else that's got a different leaning than you.
And this was the thing I was kind of wanted to approach.
It's basically our podcast.
This is the thing I wanted to approach with this topic, is the fact that the left vocabulary is kind of built into the language now. Like you'll encounter phrases like social, cultural appropriation, check your privilege.
But the thing is, I consider myself very left, and I hate that stuff. That really winds me up.
Of course you do.
But and
it's only natural.
The most, and it is at once the most irritating thing in the world, and also the most fucking delicious irony I've ever encountered.
Yeah.
It's like the left is saying, like, essentially their position is stop being a dick to people, but they're being proper fucking dicks about it.
Yeah. Well, look.
Yeah.
And it's really annoying.
And comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a thing. I've been playing around with the idea of writing an essay for a little while now. It's kind of based around language, and it's kind of based on predominantly is based on racial epithets. It's based on racial insults, and because we've hit a point where it's simply not acceptable to say certain words.
Yeah.
Yes.
If they're like, if they were in old time,
it's ones I reverse in this podcast.
or still constant, like they're words that are an insult to a certain person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because we kind of just sequester those away and just say, no, don't do that. We've hit this weird situation where we're not allowing those words just to evolve into nonsense or into something else, and this is
we're making an issue of it rather than being.
This is the thing that language does. For instance, the word faggots, and like the word faggots it starts off as
a bundle of sticks,
and then faggot became like the old woman who collected the sticks, and then
also became a delicacy up north.
And
it still is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You can buy them frozen in Tesco's in every store in the country.
And I mean,
love me some faggots.
Yeah, you don't.
Mr. Brain's faggots.
Yep.
I don't know exactly how it happened, but sometime last century, faggots or faggot starts to mean homosexual man.
Yeah,
but that word's already changing because it doesn't have the same stigma. It doesn't have the same restrictions attached to it.
It's really strange. Yeah.
Now here's my theory. Because, I mean, you can see this happening so many times. For instance, words stupid and idiot, and a whole, like, I think there's a couple of other. These started off as scientific words to describe people of low IQ or whatever, and then they were turned into insults, and now they're just entered modern parlance. That's just the way language evolves. Mm-hmm. But in kind of making certain words sacrosanct and kind of putting them to the side and saying, no, you absolutely mustn't say that, you're reducing, like, you're holding on to the fact that this is, you're keeping something offensive. You are keeping it offensive.
You are, basically.
So, Tom, I'm going to ask you not to bleep this one out, but I'm going to use it not contextually, but just as the word that it is. For instance, with the word,
say what the word I'm thinking you're saying, I'm going to reverse it.
I'm going to say it just the once.
Okay.
And it's just for point. Like, to use it contextually as it has been used in the past.
I love Tom's face right now.
Absolutely offensive.
I'm in pain. Go on.
It is absolutely offensive.
Just fucking do it. Go on.
But
he's experiencing that arse experience.
But
to be fair, backing up his argument at the same time.
My point is the word again.
There it is.
Historically, terrible word. It has been used terribly, and used in that context, it is awful. Absolutely. However, we've already missed out on the point where the word has had an opportunity to evolve.
I was
going to
say that is starting already to evolve.
Well, it started to, but it's been
cultural minefield here.
It's
like
well, no. Here's the thing. Like, I never use racial epithets unless. Like, I'll use them once to make a point.
There's absolutely no need to use them.
Well, but I mean, I never use them because I've never been offended by a word. So I don't know how it feels to have that weight of oppression, that weight of meaning come down on
cis.
Cis white male privilege. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. But my point is, we've already kind of started missing out on a point where that word can just evolve into something. It doesn't have to be the offensive thing it once was. For the American black communities,
they don't.
They're
amongst themselves.
To
Tom.
Be fair, we're not one. We're not the people to argue this fact.
No. I'm not arguing it as a white person. I'm arguing it as someone who loves language.
Yeah, I understand that. However, it's not up to us.
My point is had we hadn't left it as sacrosanct, the way it had been reclaimed, and it had been it had absolutely been reclaimed by a lot of a lot of American black communities. If we'd left it, that word by now it could be well on its way just to meaning friend or man or person. But obviously, like, it's got its roots in racism,
and also the world's not that nice and liberal or open. The world is a horrible place filled with racists, bigots.
I'm going to lighten the mood here a little bit.
The point is, Tom, is it doesn't matter how horrible the word is. When you start diffusing a word, it starts losing its power, and then eventually it becomes a word like vandal. Vandal. The Vandals were...
the Vandals were a people, yeah.
They were a people. They were a Germanic tribe. And over the years, it's just become like a nothing word.
Well, that's what I was about to say, the word nice. You think nice? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, no. Nice was an insult. Nice meant stupid person. Nice meant someone with mental incapacity. Nice was a huge, ridiculous insult. Nice was terrible. Over the years, it has evolved to become, oh yeah, they're nice. You know, I can only describe that in way of inflection. Like, they're nice.
Yeah. But I mean, this is my point.
It started as an insult. Yeah, Shakespeare used it as an insult.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, which play?
I can't remember.
Damn.
This is my brain. I remember little facts, but not the specifics.
But this is my point. With the best intentions in the world, the left seem to be restricting evolution of language, evolution of debates.
Yes.
Far too much of it right now is just saying, shut up, that's wrong.
No, I agree with you.
And that's wrong.
It's becoming almost militaristic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very dictatorial.
And don't get me wrong. Like when it comes to overtly racist humour, yeah, that shit's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean all jokes related to race, particularly if they're related to racism, are racist. I think that's something to be encouraged.
If you haven't seen the play Avenue Q, go and see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. For instance, there's the song Everyone's racist.
Everyone's a little bit racist. Everybody.
Yeah. Cool. So, I mean, that's language done. Quick one on that and the shouting down of. I think that's completely counterproductive. I obviously don't use words contextually, offensively, but also don't be afraid of language. I think that's ridiculous. Just be careful about how it, but promote language the use of language and promote its evolution. Yes. When it comes to things like, I'm pretty sure it's never going to happen in this country, but if you ever find yourself in a situation where someone goes, did you just assume my gender? Just reply, have you assumed mine? Because they almost certainly have.
Ooh, I'm not sure about that, mate. I'm not sure about that, mate.
But also, there's a way to approach it. But hi, Taz here. Quick retraction of sorts regarding the use of racially charged language. While I stand by my words after a fashion, I presented a long view argument, and it suffers for it. Predominantly, taking the long view tends to mean that you ignore the present situation. In this case, it's that we still very much have a problem with racial bigotry, and the fact that there are words that can cause such instant and massive offence serve to highlight that we, as a culture, still have a lot of growing up to do. It's to be assumed, then, that once we move past such problems, the words will naturally lose their power. Until then, it's right that we should be careful about what we say. To help with this matter, I have compiled a list of words you absolutely should not say. A is for... No. Tom, let it... This is important! Anyway, the other thing is, I quickly wanted to touch on safe spaces, because I also think those are bullshit.
Okay, is this G&T time?
Go for it.
All right, okay. Go on.
Are you going to, completely burst my balloon here?
So the idea of safe spaces is, for instance, somewhere you can go where you don't, you're no worry of being triggered. But my argument is that shit doesn't exist in real life, and relying on that as a potential is
in specifics to triggering, when I mentioned
is absolutely bullshit. I encountered a really weird situation where what was the second Marvel thing to come out on Netflix? Jessica Jones.
Okay, yeah.
I was speaking with someone at a convention, and he was saying, I think I liked it, but then I've got some mates who've been in abusive relationships, and they found it troubling to watch.
I can imagine. So I found it troubling to watch.
And by the same token, I've read a number of articles of people who've come, writers who've been in an abusive relationship, and thank fucking God. Oh, I mean, it's not obviously this isn't how abusive relationships are.
But it's not a superpower.
Yeah, there aren't superpowers, but it's
Rape is not a superpower.
It's a really fucking good analogy and it's nice to see that represented in such an irksome way. It's nice to get that debate out there.
I find that deeply troubling, but I understand why.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be averse to deeply troubling things.
Oh, no, I should, because I find them deeply troubling.
No, because that's how you grow.
Happy.
Well, that's like being open to bad experiences as well as good ones. You have to experience.
Yeah. However, I'd like to enjoy my free time rather than watching Jessica Jones.
And my point is,
do you not watch films that make you cry or uncomfortable?
I do run around as a bald dude with a barcode on his head, killing people. So, am I much better? No.
So, I mean, my point with safe spaces is if you've always got somewhere safe to retreat to, you're not ever gonna fucking deal with what's happened to you. And there you won't get by it. You won't get past it. You need to deal with things.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily the environment you want to deal with it in.
How do you mean?
But what?
I completely understand what you mean. It's not what you want to. It shouldn't be forced on you by media. Exactly. It should be something you deal with in your own space and time.
Yeah, but by the same token, like, the media can provide a really useful tool to go, okay, cool, I'm not isolated in this.
No, I know, but you don't want to go out in the
Yeah.
world and have it thrust upon you, like, out of nowhere.
I don't know.
Alright, okay.
I watched a dude riding a skateboard made of concrete. That was amazing.
That was actually quite good.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? Yeah.
No, okay. I mean,
Thank you, Brow
I'll
Skateboarding.
probably agree to disagree on this because I have a different approach to things. If I'm having an issue with something, I'll run at it face first.
Yeah, that. There will be people who have a very different view.
Yeah, and I imagine they take far too long getting over it. Fuck them.
Thanks.
So, thank you for listening. Does anyone have anything to plug?
Actually, yes, I do. I almost brought it up earlier on, but my mate Thatch, it's a guy I work with. He's just launched a YouTube channel called Sloppy TV.
Sloppy.
Yeah.
Look at the show notes, people.
So Thatch used to be one of the puppeteers in Avenue Q.
Amazing.
Oh, sick.
And since then, he's had a puppet made for him, and he's now got this kind of family-friendly, fun channel.
Okay.
And it's good. He's funny. He is properly funny, and he's good with puppets. And also, like, if you like yourself some nice mid-90s design ethic, like we're talking about Carnage graphics being thrown in from left field.
We're talking about Marvel Max style.
Yeah, like we're talking about clip art being wheeled into frame.
All right, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Cool.
If you're into that, just check it out. He's good.
Nice.
And if you got kids, push them towards Sloppy. That is Sloppy TARANWILMORE books. TV.
Walking out. Right.
Walking out. Yeah.
Check the show notes. I'll have a link to that.
Yeah, no, honestly, go to YouTube, check out Sloppy TV.
Cool. Chris, what you got?
Sounds good. Just my channel. Howitzerbug on YouTube. Bit of gaming, bit of fun. Me and Taryn, sort of like a Pod Topics spin-off now, really, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's good. It happened, and now it's going to keep on happening.
And there's also my own little bits on there of failing at games.
What are you playing at the moment? Or what are you releasing at the moment, shall I say?
Well, we're doing a bit of Blood Bowl together, me and Taz.
Yep.
I've got some Crusader Kings lined up for
cool.
those of you that are into that
Yeah,
bit of heavy strategy
absolutely.
stuff. But I like the roleplay element, so I like to make up little stories about the people.
So you're playing 4X with roleplay.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
I like it.
I mean, that might take another couple of weeks to come out after you've listened to this, but it's definitely going. And I want to give another little shout out to Chisterbites because
Hell yeah.
her channel is awesome, and I'm really getting into it. I've
Wicked. She's already threatened me with pain of physical violence if I didn't pimp her in this section. Well done.
I
Thank you.
started watching back on some of her older stuff, and it's great stuff. If you're into comics, if you're into geeky stuff, go for it.
Especially if there's a particularly nerdy film coming out, she will cover it.
She will.
She'll review it without spoilers and then with spoilers. So you can go and watch the film after watching her review. Agree or disagree, either way you want to do, and then watch the video with spoilers, and then go, actually, you got really good points. I'm going to shut up.
Very good. She's very good at what she does, and
Yeah.
I can't recommend her highly enough.
Yeah, she's very good at that.
What you got, Tom?
So, Alex Roughhead.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, Big Al
Big
started
Al!
releasing a vlog.
the man famous for skating across the entire
Southern Push.
south of that. Yeah, the Southern Push.
420 miles, blaze it.
Wow. Not on a door.
He started releasing a vlog, so I'll have a link in the show notes. His name on YouTube is Alex Roughhead.
Imaginative.
FFHEAD. Guess what his name is. Give it a watch.
Roofheed.
It's good fun. He's doing the proper vlogger. Reverse this word, tube-tard. Shit. So go give it a look.
Because my life is important.
I'm gonna have to cut this so badly. Right. Anyway, have we got music?
Oh
We can
God!
do some music. Should we just like jam?
We can jam.
All right, let's do this. Fuck it.
Wicked. So for the outro music, we've got some bog standard lounge jazz.
Some lounge
for
jazz.
y'all.
We spent 20 minutes debating what music we should do. Adamant, like there was fucking so much involved in that. No, we're just gonna jam.
Yeah. We're going to jam it.
There might be some adamant in it. Let's go.
Hit it!
Share and tell a friend. It's the only way you're going to get more listeners. The website is pottopicpodcast.com. Go there to submit a topic and find all our various links and shit. Our Twitter is at Pottopic Podcast. Search Pottopic Podcast on Facebook. And find our community group. Interact with us. Our Instagram is at Pottopic Podcast. Use the hashtag Pottopic Podcast, and your pick will appear on our community wall on our website. On Tumblr, search pottopicpodcast.com. For Tumblr, search Pot Topic Podcast, send emails and your pot audio topics to emails at pottopicpodcast.com. We will share them on air. Rate and review us on iTunes, Stop, and Stitcher. 5 stars, bitches. Like the video on YouTube if that's how you prefer to listen to us. And thank you to all my and thank you to all my hosts joining me tonight, and of course thank you all for listening. Can I get a boshti? Kebab.
Music used in this episode was Meatball Parade by Kevin MacLeod from Competech.com. It's licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. Please see the MP3 comment tag or show notes on pottopicpodcast.com for more information.
Yeah, it's got to be. I think it's been a little while since I've done the fancy dress. I don't like it as a rule because it's just.
I love fancy dress. I just love not being me. I just love dressing up as someone else. I can be something else for a while. I love it.
Yeah, I suppose I could have brought up cosplay at that point, but that seems a little unfair.
Yeah.
The amount of work that goes into it.
Well, yeah, fancy dress is a lot more frivolous.
Yeah. But no, it has been a while. It has been a while. There was one. I probably haven't told you the story, but I'm almost certain I've told it on the show before, so I kind of left it out. But before I went out with Kim, girl called Kim. She had a Christmas party, and she said Christmas fancy dress.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool, Christmas fancy.
So a bunch of elves, basically.
Yeah, that sort of thing, like what covers Santa Claus or whatever.
Yeah, a Christmas tree in the corner.
And like at the time, I was sort of after Kim. I was like, yeah, I think we should go out. So I was kind of like the game was afoot. And then I realised the day hit, and I hadn't done fucking anything. So my solution was to for some reason I had a balaclava.
Right.
And then I just dived into the family Christmas box. The original idea was to cover it in fairy lights, but I couldn't find the way to power it.
Okay.
So I ended up going as Tinselhead.
Okay.
And that's how my girlfriend of a year and a half parents met me for the first time. I just turned up as Tinselhead going, "Oh, fancy dress party? Yeah, okay, coming in. Who are you? I'm Taro. How's it going?" And yeah, that's how I met. Oh God, I can't remember the name. Sharon was the mum. Can't remember the dad's name.
Also Sharon.
Probably.
Wicked, because I need to pee now.
Listen to my outtakes as they're peeing. This is my bloopers reel. This is my song as I'm singing my song, and Tom is humping a chair in his UKIP t-shirt.
It's not my UKIP t-shirt.
It's your UKIP
This is the most
t-shirt.
un-UKIP t-shirt ever. It's fucking...
It's a UKIP
It's
t-shirt.
a drum and bass reference. This is the most liberal t-shirt I own.
It looks like a UKIP t-shirt.
It does. Shit. So I'm currently wearing a hospitality drum and bass label t-shirt that says Amen Brother.
Amen Brother. The thing
referring
is-
to the drum and bass loop.
The
that is
problem is,
basis
though,
of all drum and bass.
it's
It's
in
purple and
it's
yellow.
in royal purple with bright yellow writing.
And it looks like a UKIP t-shirt.
It does look like a UKIP.
And I'm really worried because I live in Lewisham.
You do.
I do. Do you want to listen to Prince Charming and then we'll see if you can do that?
Yeah, go for it.
No, Prince Charming isn't the one. You want...
Well,
what's
that's the hey.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's not.
it is.
No. You want like...
I'm the Dandy Highwayman.
Is it Wild Dogs? Yeah, something like Highwayman. Prince Charming is really not the one. Is it Wild Dogs?
Yeah.
Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Wild Frontier, maybe?
Wild Frontier, that's the one.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's literally just...
Hey, you!
This is an ad.
What have you got there?
It's a Welsh Corgi! Oh, you want one! No, it's a Welsh Corgi!
Stick it in the bloopers!
Pedigree brings out the good.
Oh no, I've just had an idea.
Oh, what a Welsh Corgi! Oh God, ridicule is nothing to be scared of. Alright,
Lovely.
Silk
Bang in the
leather.
bloopers.
Like, what is it? Silk on leather or a feather?
There's nothing to be scared of.